but I know the DJ.
Do you?
Welcome to episode 26 of But I Know the DJ, a podcast discussing all things DJing, music, nightlife, business, and pop culture through the unfiltered opinions of host Snacks, a.k.a. Don't Touch the Snacks because you don't deserve them, powered by Dope Entertainment and our sponsor, Anchor. As always, I'd like to shout out our Black-owned business of the week, Black Girls Run, founded in 2009 to promote fitness and end the obesity epidemic among Black women. This running group now has chapters in dozens of cities and offers training and community to both beginner and experienced runners. If you've run any major race in the past decade, you've likely seen runners sporting its black and pink gear. Please check them out at official Black Girls Run on Instagram. Now I want to introduce our two guests for today's episode. One is a DJ, MC, producer, writer, visionary, and is rooted in Massachusetts music history from his start in the early 2000s, DJing everything from house parties to teen bashes, producing viral hits to being one of the youngest to storm the club scene. His influence is still being felt and written today. Turn on the radio or walk into a club, you will most likely hear one of his edits or remixes being played in a DJ set. 10 years in the game, but if you let him tell it, he's just getting started. The other is a radio personality, DJ, hard worker, starting to work in clubs at the age of 16. He's arguably the most demanded Latin DJ in Boston, coming from Honduran immigrants. You don't know if he's Puerto Rican, Mexican, Colombian, or Dominican for the simple fact that he knows what to play and whom to play it for. 24 years young, he is stuck between the new era and the old era. Please help me welcome DJs FINGAZ and DJ El Menor.
Hello.
Welcome,
What's going on, man?
Most requested Spanish artist.
Arguably.
No, but I like
That's
it.
spicy.
I like it.
We need to talk about that spicy.
Let's dive in. I don't think it's wrong.
No, not at all. I'll argue it. I'll fight it.
It's just, it comes from the fact that, FINGAZ is always telling me, like, yo, you listen, you're too humble. It's not that I'm too humble. It's just that I know that there's people better than me out there. So you got to give credit when it's due. But that was a couple of years back. Now, as I grew into the Boston Latin scene and stuff, now I could at least throw a little jabs here and there, you know what I'm saying? But that's where that arguably comes in.
Yeah, I think being realistic and ranking DJs is always subjective, right? Yeah. One person's going to say you're the best. Another person is going to say you're the worst, you know what I mean? And so being able to kind of say that and have that confidence, but being realistic at the same time, I think is important.
Correct.
What do either of you, we can start with El Menor here. What is kind of your sentiment on the landscape of the Latin DJ scene in Massachusetts?
Well, I think that we're basically like becoming a prehistoric dinosaur, bro, with the Latin scene in Boston. And that's where I started at a young age because I just love to dance and love music. So that whole dancing vibe of Latin, like salsa, cumbias and stuff in Boston, it's rare. If not, like, I don't think at all in downtown Boston. You have to go, like, right here in Austin, maybe, like, where was Garage and stuff. Yeah. Like, dancing, it's rare. But the little advantage that I have is that like I said, from the old era and the new era, I come from the era where you made people dance with cumbia, salsa, and stuff. And I'm growing into the era of, like, you barely don't see that anymore. You'll just probably like reggaeton dembow. Yeah. And then you'll probably have some reggae dance on. That's basically your Latin nights of Boston. Yeah. So,
I think that's true even in the American scene, too.
So, yeah, it's just completely like a 180. Yeah. Completely flipped because, when I used to do Castillos back then when I was 16, that was a dancing crowd. That was like Colombians that love their dancing of salsas and cumbias and, bachata, merengue and stuff like that. Like, they would come out. And then, obviously, like, my dad has a great impact of my DJing career because he used to do Roxy's. He used to do Roxy's on Thursdays, which was Noches Colombianas, if I'm not wrong. And he used to pack that up with like 500-600 people on a Thursday. But that's legit dancing that he had back then. Mm. So, everything that I have known with music has to do a lot to do with him. And then obviously there's other DJs, like, for example, FINGAZ is one of them. And then a bunch of other DJs. But to not get, like, distracted from the question, what I think from the Latin scene in Boston is, can it come back? I think it can come back. When we started Ritmo with Hectic and stuff, we were bringing that back. the thing is that the younger people, they don't really dance. And I feel like for me, we as DJs, when we go to DJ like at little middle school dances and stuff like that, like we should be playing a little bit of, maybe Selena or maybe something that, that when kids grow up, they'll be like, oh, damn, I've heard this song before. And the genre doesn't fade away. You know what I'm saying? That's my take on that.
Yeah. No, I think it's completely true. And I think that rings true across many mainstream party music where, I think even like house purists, like, oh, back in the day, like in the early 2000s, where it's like these underground house parties where everyone was just dancing and whatever. Now everyone just has their phone out and is putting their hands up. And then, in the hip hop crowd, like everyone you see the Kid and Play, house party type vibe. And, you got the dudes doing the two-step, whatever. Like now they're just posted up on the wall. Like I think it goes across just dance music in general.
Should we blame hookah?
I don't think so, bro.
Hookah and bottle service, or what are we doing?
I don't think so.
I think part of it's bottle service. I think a lot of it is social media.
I think that's what it is. I was about to say that. I think it is like now people just go to show that they brought 4 bottles of Hennessy and 3 hookahs, and that's it. Like that's your new.
It's become a showboat.
Yeah, but I think like masculinity has changed where like it's not cool to dance. It's not cool to get dance by yourself or even dance with your homies or whatever. Like, and guys are too cool to like ask a girl to dance. Like, it's all just stuff that isn't cool anymore.
Which is the same thing that will go back to social media, because all you need is one video of a guy dancing completely wrong to a certain genre, and then next thing you know, someone's gonna be like, "Oh, you know what? I don't want to get famous like that, so I'm not gonna be dancing."
Get clowned. No, I completely agree. There's this dude Ernesto who's out in the scene. He used to be at like every event that I did, and like he's an older head, and he would always be like in the corner dancing by himself, like rocking out, and like people like would kind of look at him funny, but I'm like, no, like he's one of my favorite people to see come out because like he doesn't give a fuck, and I know he's having the most fun.
Yeah, there was this guy that in congas, we used to do congas every Saturday, which that was a Latin dancing night, but there was this one guy, he's a white gentleman, a lot older. I would say he was like almost like 60. He would dress up nice. He would pay the entrance fee, and he would just dance by himself the whole night by himself.
That's how
the
it
whole
was.
night. Then on top of that, he started coming into like the icons and the venues, and he would dance by himself. And there's nothing wrong because he paid the entrance. Every week he would come to Congas, pay the $20 in the entrance, and just have a great time by himself.
Yeah.
And now and then next thing you know, people, the ladies in Congas, they want to start dancing with him. And I was like, oh, next thing you know, he would be getting played. And other men are like, oh, damn, how come I can't do it? So that's something that, like, if you're not following the whole, like, oh, no, I'm too cool to dance, then you're whack. If you go, like, your own lane and you want to create something that people are going to be like, damn, you know what? He's doing something that it's not so bad to do. I'd rather, let's see, let's start dancing again. And then next thing you know, it just takes one person to make the ocean a lot wetter than it is. You know what I'm saying?
Let's play devil's advocate as far as just not just blaming the crowd, but as far as the conductors of the night. Do you think the DJs fall pressure into that? I think the DJs are now, they've taken the play for people aspect and flipped it on its head. Like now you're just playing what's hot. And you're just going in with the mentality of these are the songs that are people want to turn up to, and that's it. You're not more so creating your vibe off of wanting to see people dance. Like I know for me, I always used to love to open up. When I first came into the business, I understood the actual role of an opener, a DJ, opening up for Styx for the first time. When I was 17, opening up for Hectic. My run as far as being in downtown first coming in is, creating that, I call it like that roller coaster incline. Mm-hmm. Where you're just going. And when so good enough that when the DJ just comes on, the closer, it's just that one track he plays, that one song he comes in with, he's already good to go. The gasoline's already poured on the wood, and he's just throwing the match on there. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen DJs where they'll stay in that lane where, that 60 BPMs to 80 BPMs, after a while, if how energy and music and frequency and how that transpires to people, that kind of just keeps you in this, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then you're kind of doing this with your boys and you're not dancing with the girl because you can't really dance too much with a girl and you're just bouncing like that, you know what I'm saying? You can for the most part, yeah, twerk and do your thing, but that's, you know, so are we the blame for that as well as falling pressure into to playing for tables?
I say yeah.
I think it's a cycle. I mean,
I think we are just as at fault as the people are at fault for the type of music, or you can even say not the people actually, like maybe like the artists now that come up with music that like it's kind of like following a pattern now. Like if there's like for example, I saw the Snoop Dogg interview when he was like, "Oh, who's the guy that's like," which is Future,
Migos,
and then
Migos
and Future, which like you at this point. It's like, you know, Pop Smoke, rest in peace. It's like when he came with that different flow of you know, trap or hip hop, then, you know, since it hit, there's a bunch of other artists that want to follow that same algorithm so they can be like, oh, since this is popping,
everyone
let me go.
Doing drill.
So then, then that's how you saturate a night with, you know, you bring 5 songs that sound completely the same that everybody listens to. We got to play. Like one time, I remember I was at a venue with Fingaz. And, you know, Fingaz said on the microphone, yo, you know, you guys keep listening to it. I'm going to keep playing. And he pulled Old Town Road, which by all means, like, that wasn't a track that I was a fan of. But since, like you said, people sing it, they listen to it, they vibe to it, you got to keep playing it because that's what the people want.
Yeah.
The demand is high. So, you know, you got to give the people what they want. So that's my take. I think, like, we're just as fault, though, as like the artists that make music that you know want to go follow a flow that becomes, you know, popular.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it's a weird obligation for the DJ where, you know, people would make the argument that, oh, but you can set the tone and force them to do it. But at the same time, like, we still want to make sure we're getting our bookings and not making a night, you know, because then if everyone leaves, promoters gonna be like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So it's this crazy line.
Still have to cater and
yeah,
find
we
that
still
balance.
like we so being able to do a little bit of both. And then understanding, because like I just did an event this past weekend and I'm looking around and it's literally like girls are over here, guys over there, guys are up there trapped out doing their thing, girls over here whining on their chairs, and I'm like it's just so weird to me because I'm like looking at the guys, I'm like, none of y'all came to dance with girls, like this is fun to you guys. And I'll try and peek into like maybe like a baby boy, Sean Paul, Beyonce, maybe try and get there.
Yeah.
Get people looking around and stuff, and like still, and they're like, guys, shut down. They shut down.
Yeah,
I want to hear my drill music. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
no, man, it's definitely like trying to find that balance within a party. It's become a challenge. You know, me coming from that dancing era.
Yeah, well, I want to go that way for sure.
And seeing things change, I feel like I've able to kind of like find that middle ground to where, you know, I like to create that dancing vibe from where people walking through into the door. You know what I'm saying? Have that fun vibe that like bring you back to just like you're just in your living room with your family and people are just dancing type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? And I know you like to do a lot of those mashups and stuff like that and doing things like that to then where you use, you know, and it's also depending where you are. It depends what club you at. Like you said, we got to cater. There's some places where they just want that shit. They just want you to play that, to play what's in now, and that's it. But like I said, as a DJ, I feel like we still, you know, still respect the name DJ. You are a conductor of the night. You know, as a person that's booking you, they should also trust your judgment as to you know, look into the crowd. Mm-hmm. There's also been, you know, an oversaturation of DJs that don't know how to see the way the crowd is moving and to see what the crowd wants. So that's all they're doing. And sometimes I hate going out because I can't. I've trained my ear to just listen as a DJ and not actually just chill. Sometimes like I can't shut off my face. So I'm just like, they're going hard. Now keep going. They're going, and then just like hard left into the trap, you know what I'm saying? And I love trap, you know, there's nothing about that, but I'm a partier. And I started off being a dancer, coming from that, like I said, coming from that dancing scene. And that's why, like, you know, I love to make sure the people are moving, you know, but it's a balance thing.
Yeah, you talking about, you know, and we even said in your bio that, starting in the early 2000s, you've seen mainstream music shift quite a lot over the last 20 years.
Yeah.
What were some of the highlights in those time as a DJ? And then what were some of the points where you were like, fuck, like music's really changing. I'm not sure if I like this.
One of the highlights was like, in the Boston scene, when I came in, the first time that I was doing a lot of downtown stuff on a consistent basis was like 2010. House was dominant.
Yeah.
There was a hip hop room, which was the smaller room,
Right.
and the house room was the main
room.
room. So if you couldn't play house music, you were not in those main rooms. I was always in the main rooms. So when the hip hop started to become more, I remember when they used to shun DJs for playing, like the owners didn't want that. You play that, they would come over you and yell at you. They would be like, yo, change that. We don't want that, because they would deem that as something that would create a fight or create a atmosphere to where it might lead to something where it might turn into a fight.
Yeah.
Which I can argue about that all day. But I'd say when it turned into that, when the hip hop started becoming more mainstream and seeing how quick they were like, play hip hop, I was like, what? You want to hear hip hop now? Me, dance hall has always been a huge factor, huge influence on me. I'm Cape Verdean. I grew up in like Somerville, where
Is there a lot of CVs in Somerville?
There's a few CVs, some mostly Dorchester, Boston, Brockton,
Yeah.
Providence. But we have our fair share of Cape Verdeans over there. A lot of Spanish people, a lot of Haitians, Caribbeans. So Somerville was a melting pot of all that. A lot of South Americans. Like, I did a lot of quinceañeras, me being Cape Verdean African, and I'm playing cumbia. And he could be attest to that. I can play straight cumbia all day. But like, dance hall, my influences within that I always brought that with me. Yes, I see what you want me to do. You're telling me this is what to play. I'll abide by that. I'll do that. But I'm always going to keep my sauce on that, because I know what the crowd wants to hear. I know that they want to hear a little bit of that Sean Paul at the time, Get Busy, all that stuff. I know they want to hear a little bit of that reggaeton was popping at that time, was coming up at that time. You know what I'm saying? So like, and then, it became that cross we were just talking about before the podcast, that, that union of, crossing over the reggaeton and the reggae and people doing the songs like that. Rest in peace, DMX. Here Comes the Boom was one of those songs.
Yeah, with Mr. Vegas.
Yes,
yeah.
man. That was one of many. And that was, for me, was amazing to me, because I was able to do that without completely pissing off the owners, which, they have a big say whether you come in or not. Because they be like, yo, listen, the telepromoters, I don't want this guy to come in. I've been there. I've seen these conversations when they're like, I don't want this guy in here no more, because they don't know how to play a room. Like, Venue was a room where a lot of DJs in here that are around now wouldn't be able to play in that room. And, you know what I'm saying? So Hectic trusted me that much to be there and to do those things. Sometimes, you get drunk, go do his thing, and I would end up closing the night. You know what I'm saying? I'd open up, close the night. So like that for me was when songs started to cross over into each other. That was dope for me. I like that.
In El Menor, I think it's weird, because I think a lot of people would say that reggaeton's peak was probably earlier in the 2000s. In terms of sound, the quality that was coming out. But it's become way more mainstream now, way more accepted.
More marketable.
Is that what it is? More marketable?
That's exactly what it is.
Do you think the quality of music is just as in line as how it was before, or do you think it's lacking?
The quality of music, no. The quality of music, and if you download a song from like 2006 reggaeton, like you can just hear the quality is not even close, audio-wise. But beat-wise and lyrical-wise, it's way better than what the reggaeton is right now. But that's because artists, and you get it, you have record labels that, they got to make the money from what they invested in you or whatever it might be. But if an artist is not on the billboards, then he's not generating the money that, a record label would be investing in, whatever. So it's kind of, the ideal would be to like make a song of reggaeton, make it mainstream marketable, and then make like 2-3 underground songs. That way, those could be the underground songs that people in the streets, quote unquote, can still, listen to and, go from there. So the reggaeton right now has changed. There's a big fight going on right now saying that reggaeton is dead.
I think new reggaeton now sucks.
I think that El Chombo, he's from Panama, he said, and I quote, reggaeton's dead. When he said that, all the artists that are making reggaeton right now, they were like, "Oh, what are you talking about? Reggaeton."
I mean, same thing. Hip hop is dead. Nas said it 10 years ago.
So
everyone was tight.
So then, Daddy Yankee, he came out like responding to El Chombo, and he came out with a song. He's like, "Yo, reggaeton's not dead," and he put the arm of the Undertaker when he was like buried alive. Boom, the arm came out. But the song that he comes out with is not even close to the reggaeton that was back then. So it's like El Chombo's point was like, yo, like reggaeton from back then is dead. Like his point was reggaeton is a tree, and then the tree you branch out. So now the reggaeton is right now is a branch, but the tree is basically dying. You know what I'm saying? So what I think that the reggaeton right now is you got to play it, but I prefer to be playing the old school reggaeton. I'm pretty sure that every DJ here is more likely to play more reggaeton that's old as opposed to was a reggaeton that's new. Yeah.
Well, I mean, a lot of it's like really down tempo. It's fucking soft. Like, and it's not even the fact that it's the content, because there's Noche de Sexo, which still goes dumb hard, but it's a full love sensual song. You know what I mean? I like the 86 BPM like Unwell, where I'm like, this is pretty boring. It's so down.
So that's what I was gonna ask. What's the characteristics of old reggaeton do you think is missing now?
So the thing is that back then, reggaeton, first of all, reggaeton comes from like, obviously the reggae tribes and stuff like that. So they have everything. Back then they had all the samples of old school rhythm of reggae, and you just came and you just started rapping on top of that. Yeah. Like that's like Daddy Yankee, Nicky Jam, Jandel, Weezy.
Yeah, but I think it's like the grittiness
that right there. I think, bro, that because like you have to make it more marketable so kids can listen to it. I think that's the reason why you can't really go back. Like you like at this point, you just gotta like thank the fact that era existed and come at peace with the fact that it's not gonna come back. You have to like evolve.
I think it is coming back though. Like
the only one that can say that is Joel Randy and Bad Bunny.
Well, Joel and Randy, like they're just still around. So they're just.
But I don't know if you. Fingaz, I'm pretty sure you heard that album that they dropped.
Yeah. Yeah, the last one.
Yeah, the last one. That is what reggaeton is.
But even
and that wasn't in the billboards. Like that was the best album that came out last year.
Very true. Very true.
And that's me. Yeah, no, and that didn't make it to the billboards. So imagine if they couldn't make that to the billboards.
Good point.
Then what are we doing?
But even at the same time, because both Bad Bunny and Anuel like do like the homage to the Pareo track, like where they sample. Like, even in Zafaera, like
huge.
Everyone went crazy because they're like, oh, this sounds like the old shit.
Zafaera has Joel Randy in it.
Yeah. Everyone's doing it. What her new album, what's her name? What's her face?
Karol G?
Yeah, her new album where she has a song that's like 6 minutes long that is literally all old school songs that she's redoing. What the artist
called Leyendas.
But is that good or is that unoriginal?
The thing is, I don't know who started. But there was one guy. I think it was someone that sampled like and then next thing you know, that like sparked up everything. Where now every song that comes out, you have like a little, you have like a little either the beat switch or a little of the chorus of the old school songs.
Yeah, like a little bridge. Something they do.
So Tera did that.
Yeah.
So then now that's how Joel Randy got back into the game. Yeah. Then that's how
I mean, I guess it depends on who you're asking. If reggaeton is dead or not. If you're asking the people that came up in that time, reggaeton is changed, it's different. It's more commercial. When something that becomes more commercial, like when companies become like publicly traded companies, they change. You know what I'm saying? So reggaeton was something, like hip hop.
They call it now.
Hip hop changed. Hip hop became something else. Hip hop was that tree, that root, and it changed to become something else. So now, do people continue to say something is dead? No, because reggaeton is something that's making billions of dollars.
They just call it now reggaeton pop. That's what they're calling it now.
But reggaeton pop can be a branch. Right.
That's what I'm saying. The thing is that they're saying that the reggaeton, like the reggaeton with everything back then, it's not there no more.
Well, now I'm asking now, who is Joel Randy signed to?
Nobody.
There you go.
And if they are, they don't have the money to invest.
I don't know if they're signed to anybody that's able. That's a machine. They might be independent. I don't know if they're signed to anybody that's a machine that will push that globally. But
But like I said, bro, like that album was the best album that I heard. I think that album was better than the.
Do we know what it charted? If we can find out what it charted, because that's a big thing too. Is if you have that machine behind you, because in the streets with the people, with us, that resonates with us because we hear that and we, obviously we gravitate towards that. But in the grand scheme, as far as it hitting Billboard and all this stuff like that,
I think I don't think that we should all rely on Billboard charts or Grammy charts.
Never.
No, but it does say something.
No, exactly. It's something that no matter what, if you're inspired and you want to succeed in this business, those are accolades that you want to check off on your list. I want to have a Grammy.
It got decently high. So it was in Billboard 200 at 159. It was in
Latin, right? It could be the Latin charts, but
no, just Billboard.
Yeah.
Overall Billboard. United States top Latin albums at 5.
Yeah.
And then Latin rhythm albums, I don't know what the difference is. 5, number 5. Could be the same.
Are they doing the TikTokable songs?
No.
Are they doing the... But they can.
But if you can't say they can because TikTok relies on...
And that's why I said
going viral, so it's tough.
You have the machine behind you to have the people to create these things.
But that goes back to the point where reggaeton has to be now marketable, because basically TikTok, if you want to go viral, then that's how you can become marketable. Jolie Randy, what I think is that they are, like how I am, they are from the new and the old. They're right in the middle, so they have the formula of either wanting to do old school reggaeton or wanting to do new school reggaeton.
Joel's voice is retarded.
Yeah, it's
Randy's voice is retarded. I'm sorry. Joel is dope too, but Randy's voice, Randy's voice, bro, he don't sound like he aged not one bit. And that's that.
Same
richness.
with Chencho too.
Yeah,
one of my favorite voices ever.
The thing is that like for example, there's some artists from reggaeton, old school reggaeton, that they're trying to come out with the reggaeton that's whatever popping right now, the reggaeton pop or whatever, and they're not hitting how.
Well, it's because I was gonna say this before when we were talking about what the difference is. The difference is the acceptable voices, like the gritty, like I said, the grittiness earlier. Like people like Yage Maki and like even We Sing, like he still puts out records, but they're not going as far because people don't want to hear that kind of voice. But I forgot who the fuck I was talking to about this, but like an Arcángel, like his voice was so cool and it worked back then, but now the voices that are working now are like the weird tones and like a Bad Bunny or an Anuel where it's like in the back of the throat, like, and those voices wouldn't have worked 15 years ago.
No, not at all.
Well,
you can't really say that because if you listen to Tego,
I never made that connection. I never made that connection.
Tego's kind of more of a rapper, right? And then they do the singy thing. And
yeah, but Tego also didn't have someone to do his melodies.
True.
Well, like, so he was just legit his voice rapping, the whole song.
Yeah, it was just But that's what I mean. Like, I think what changed was what people wanted to hear. It's like literally to the type of voice.
Yeah.
Like even with women, Evie Queen versus Karol G. Mm-hmm. Two completely different, Rosalia.
Yep.
Like very delicate voices.
But the thing is, imagine like the new up and coming reggaeton artists, they be making more money than what the hell, legends of reggaeton.
Oh, they make way more.
And I think that in a way kind of pisses them off. The reggaeton legends,
and that's why it makes me disgruntled. That's why I'm asking, like, who are you asking that reggaeton is dead? Who are you asking? That makes a big thing.
No, because listen, the reggaeton originated from Panama. Then reggaeton switched over to Puerto Rico. From Puerto Rico is when people think that, oh my God, Puerto Rico is reggaeton. Yeah, they have a major part of it because
who was the artist in Panama?
El Chombo, the one, dame tu cosita. Oh.
El General.
Yeah, but El Chombo produced that song.
Oh, okay.
No, he's right. El General.
El General was the singer, but Chombo was the producer. He's the one that
That's
produced
what
it.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
the
Boom, boom,
exactly. And then that travels over to Puerto Rico, and then obviously,
He's right.
Puerto Rico comes out with like Vico C. Vico C was the god. He's the god.
But those dudes were just copied Mr. Vegas pretty much.
So that's what people were saying, that this is like
Red Rat.
you are
Red Rat.
yeah.
Even Daddy on the Playero tapes, he sounded exactly like Mr. Vegas.
No, it's like, what is it? Pull Up My Glass. Isn't that the song? That's Pull Up My Glass. Yeah, that was sampled from that song.
The Daddy joint?
Yeah, that was sampled from Pull Up My Glass. Oh, Fill Up My Glass.
The dembow structure comes from a reggaeton rhythm, a reggae rhythm.
Yeah. But the thing is that back then, that's what people are arguing right now. That they call it the tumpa, the tumpa tum. So the thing is that tumpa in reggaeton right now, you can still hear it like.
No, that tumpa.
But it's
now it's just changed.
They're slowing it down.
Now you just add a snare and a bass.
It's coming from African music. It sounds like he's
everything coming from Africa, bro. Music comes from Africa.
He hates when I say this, man. It's the truth. It's the truth. He hates when I say this.
Everything
but it's the
comes
truth.
from
Listen,
Africa,
I'm a
bro.
realist. You have to know where you come from to
comes
know
from
where
Africa.
you go.
Blues, merengue.
Bachata, salsa, everything, cumbia is you can get into it if you want to get into it, but it is what it is. But what I'm trying to say
He
is
gave me
like,
a whole history lesson.
what I'm trying to say is like we have to take into consideration that, like when we're asking these questions, are we asking the people that are living the times right now? Are we asking those people how they feel about the music, how they feel about what's are we teaching them about the old school, instead of just shitting on what's going on right now?
Does the crowd want to learn?
The thing, bro, I think that, like you said, with the TikTok thing, if it becomes famous on TikTok, they want to listen to it at a club. And I think that that's like going back to like what we started talking about, which is it our fault that we are accustoming the people to like basically take control over us as opposed to we take control over them, which is true. Like there's a song that might not be a clip song, but since it got like 200 million views on TikTok, they want to listen to it. And, we can't be...
And you can't discredit that because it's the times that we're living in
Correct,
now.
but then that means that's when you fingers got to freaking get that song, put a... and then,
it takes those people that are driving those views to kind of educate también. You know what I'm saying? That's the Henny. That's the Henny. That's the Henny talking. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm around. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. And that's what I feel like. If you want to get those people that listen, like with young people, you never wanted your parents. Whenever your parents came down on you with an attitude or came at you yelling at you, you never listened to them. Whatever, you brush them off. You can't. Like one thing about me is like, like I've always kept my ear to the streets, and the streets is always the younger generation. So you can't. Long story short is like if we asking those questions, we have to include them in it. And the way we bridge those gaps is, the people that are driving that, which I feel like is still alive, because you have the Bad Bunnies, which is, bigger than Daddy Yankee right now. We won't get into that though, because I know we have a whole argument about that.
We should get into that.
The
Bad Bunny's bigger than Daddy Yankee, bro.
Bad Bunny's bigger than Daddy Yankee
right now.
Right now is bigger than Daddy Yankee.
Okay,
what are we talking about?
I'm saying
Bad Bunny was Rey Mysterio in the ring a few days ago.
Yeah, but you see that's because
marketing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Who are you asking?
That's a different time.
Who are you asking?
No. If we were to,
who are you asking?
If we were to close the textbook today, and if the question is on the test is who is the biggest artist at reggaeton history, the answer is not Bad Bunny.
No, it's Daddy Yankee.
That's my
I'm always talking about current, because current is
right now.
But then if you say Daddy Yankee, that means who you asking, because you could put Don Omar or Calderon there.
Listen to the context of the sentence.
I say it's Daddy Yankee.
Listen to the context of the sentence. Listen to the words. Now. Not in history now, because no one.
Okay, but that's not saying shit. Oh yeah, like
so then who's the greatest reggaeton artist of all time? Of all time, who's the greatest reggaeton of all time?
We're talking about teaching the now, because you know what? Because
who is the greatest artist for you of reggaeton of all time?
Did you hear my sentence?
Daddy Yankee.
Answer his question.
I said Daddy Yankee, of course.
So it's Daddy Yankee. That's
Daddy Yankee for me. Daddy Yankee.
So like in 10 years from now, if Bad Bunny does something crazy, you're not gonna change your mind.
Bad Bunny's trajectory is aiming him further.
Bad Bunny is Drake. Daddy is Jay-Z.
Bad Bunny is how old? He's not even 25 yet. His trajectory is aiming him further than Daddy Yankee.
Because
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's necessarily true. Bro. I don't think that's
where's the camera?
Think about it like this. Think about it. First of all, Bad Bunny's 27. 27
years old.
But think about it like this. Ready. Please fuck with me. Because I understand what you're saying in terms of trajectory, but we have to also understand context. It's the same thing as being like, LeBron James is obviously
no. You got to say Brady.
No. What I'm saying is, it's like saying like, obviously LeBron James is better than Bill Russell or Will Chamberlain. But in the context of time, if Will Chamberlain had the same sports medicine, the same shoes, he would be that much better.
Let's say Jordan.
No, bro. Say Brady. Say Brady. Because if that's the case, Patrick Mahomes has the trajectory of being the greatest of all time.
No, because he lost.
Brady.
No, that argument's gone. No. Understand what I'm saying. Because
that's the hint.
Listen to what I'm saying. Because if Daddy had the same resources, if the cultural context was the same as it is now, when Daddy came out, he would be even bigger than he is now.
Yeah, but you can say like, Yo Nunca Me Go Para Atrás. If he came out with that next week, would that hit how it hit back then?
That's what I'm saying. Cultural context. That's what I'm saying. That was new at that time.
Guys, we
can't
relive the past.
But we can talk about it because we went through it.
Listen. You can dwell and you can reminisce on the past. That's what you can do. But right now, Bad Bunny is a bigger artist than Daddy Yankee. If Bad Bunny wanted to sell out the Garden, Bad Bunny can sell out the Garden.
He's about to.
$2,000.
Daddy Yankee can still sell out the Garden. Yes, he can.
You know how much
he can do it. Daddy Yankee's gonna do it. But this is where Daddy Yankee
can do it.
This is Daddy Yankee. Yo, because if y'all can't see me, but my hand, Daddy Yankee's the left hand. Bad Bunny's right.
Please check out the recording on YouTube.
Check it out. Make sure you follow all that. Do that because this is the best podcast. Listen, Daddy Yankee, Bad Bunny. It's like this. It's gonna go like this. It's gonna end up going because sooner or later, Daddy Yankee. How old is he? Let's Google it.
Yeah, but this isn't a sport, bro. As long as his voice is fine, he can do this till he's 60.
And this is the problem.
Thank you.
This is the problem sometimes with people.
It's 45.
This is the problem with people sometimes.
He don't look 45.
I'm not discrediting Daddy Yankee. I'm not discrediting his influence.
Look at the camera.
I'm not discrediting who he is. I'm not discrediting what he's doing. I'm not discrediting what he does. He still drops hits all day. I will drop that all together. But I'm a realist at the same time. And it's the reason why I'm still relevant. Because I know what's going on. I know what's going on. And I know where things are going. If you're not going to accept the fact that Bad Bunny is a bigger artist than Daddy Yankee right now, then it's I don't
think we're disagreeing with you though.
I'm not disagreeing.
What I don't agree with, I can't sit here confidently and put and like die on a hill to say that Bad Bunny will be bigger than Daddy Yankee.
Yes,
because I think he needs
I don't think so.
He needs to
No.
Because what he's competing with is the pioneering that Daddy Yankee did.
Okay, so
let me
tell you something.
That Daddy Yankee's still relevant,
very relevant.
Okay. Daddy Yankee could be a god, right? But there's still a Jesus, right? There's still a Jesus, right? You can never take away his accolades.
Jesus is the son of God. Listen, so Bad Bunny's the son. Is Bad Bunny the son of Daddy Yankee?
Exactly what I'm saying.
Okay, so you're never gonna be bigger than your father.
Bad Bunny will never say out of his mouth that he's better than Daddy Yankee because he knows better, and nobody will ever be able to say that. But with the times now, if Daddy Yankee was around now at his prime,
do you say that J Balvin is bigger than Bad Bunny?
Than he is now.
Do you say that J Balvin's bigger than Daddy Yankee? I mean, than Bad Bunny?
Than Bad Bunny?
No. I don't think he's nearly as talented.
Not at all.
I don't think
J Balvin is more stream.
I don't think J Balvin is like crazy talented.
Todos mis latinos just turned into a Latin podcast. Reggaeton. Ya tú sabes.
Rapetón, bro.
But let me tell you. Listen. All right. Daddy Yankee, like I said, give him his praise. Give him that. But like I said, we have to always take into consideration of that. And I feel like, Daddy Yankee is going to he's already in the Hall of Fame a long time ago. But as far as like superstardom, as far as marketing, as far as availability to the people, it's a different market to where Bad Bunny is right now. So that's what I'm talking about. Like the fact that Bad Bunny was in WrestleMania. The fact that he was in
it's a different
WrestleMania.
time, Fingaz.
But-
You're
but-
comparing it
Fingaz,
as if Daddy could have done that at that time. He couldn't have done
But that's
that.
what I'm talking about.
Yo,
No,
if Daddy
but-
Yankee
no,
jumped from a top rope, he would
I'm
have
not
breaking his
saying,
rib.
but
bro.
listen.
No,
We can't go back in time. We have to move forward.
No.
So in forward time, it's unfortunate that Daddy
This is an
Yankee
unfair argument.
couldn't
This is
do.
an unfair argument.
It's not. Like I said, I'm not trying to, and I don't want to. Like I said, I'm not trying to like discredit Daddy Yankee at all. I'm just saying, at the rate that things are going, it's unfortunate that Daddy Yankee was not born at this time, was not born around this era to where like he can do what he did back then now. Because if he did what he did back then now, Bad Bunny would be just another notch in the wall. It wouldn't be even a competition because Daddy Yankee's skills is crazy.
Daddy Yankee has 3 Hall of
But
Fame
let me
careers.
tell you,
Like
with that,
Brady.
how old is Daddy Yankee right now?
40.
When Bad Bunny is that age, Daddy Yankee's not gonna be doing what he's doing
Hey,
right
but
now.
how you know that Bad Bunny's gonna be this relevant when he turns that age?
All right, how much you want to bet?
Thank
We
you.
can put a bet right now. You know yourself in your heart right now. you're gonna
47.
lose
That's
that.
20 years from now.
I mean, I guess
If he fell off, and
at all. It fell off at all.
Yeah,
and,
all right.
and where I'm feeling the disconnect, Fingers, is you're being like, oh, he was just in WrestleMania. Like we just had a full 20-minute discussion of how reggaeton has become mainstream. Recently, Daddy Yankee didn't have the opportunity to even be at something like a WrestleMania. No matter how talented or how good he was, because Latin music wasn't there. Wasn't in
Bad Bunny
American
drum,
culture.
Bad Bunny drum patterns is old school.
It's because it's a trendsetter,
Bad
bro.
Bunny drum
it's like, for
patterns is
example,
old
but
school.
listen, it's like
Bad Bunny
it's
drum
like,
patterns
listen,
and those.
listen.
That's the only right.
It's
That's
like-
the only reason why I'm
but-
saying what I'm
but-
saying.
but it's like-
because Bad Bunny is one of the main artists right now that's driving that old school dembow perreo shit.
But listen,
That is in mainstream. You talked about, let's tie
That's
it all
not
back
old
together.
school,
Let's call it back all
Oh
together.
my God.
Y'all talked about, we was talking about Jordy Randy and why that album didn't pull off. They don't have the machine behind them. You know who has
Bad
the machine
Bunny
behind them?
produced that album.
Bad Bunny has the machine behind Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny
you know
produced
what?
that
Bad
album.
Bunny is doing that reggaeton that we love. He's doing that perreo at that
yo, so you going to the concert? You going to the concert?
You know what? I just got down on Ticketmaster on my phone. And I got one more day and it's down and counting right now.
Okay. So then let's flip it then. So with that argument being said, is Drake going to be bigger when it's all said and done than Jay-Z?
Yes, he will. Of course, he's already past his accolades. Jay-Z is a better rapper.
You think he's already past Jay-Z?
The way his accolades are going, he's going to. And you have to think about one thing too. Is like I said, we can't, as much as we want to so bad, because I'm one of those dudes, I'm one of those historians that know how hard it was to sell a record back then versus today.
Right.
It's a different market.
Yes.
But we can't live in the past. And that's
No,
one
but we
thing
have to understand the past and consider it
and
when an argument like
it's
this. though.
me, if you know me, I understand the past more than a lot of motherfuckers. I know you understand the past. You know that it was harder to sell records. You had to get out of your house to go buy a record. So to hit platinum meant more than to hit platinum now. Because I can go on my phone right now off some bullshit and be like, hold on. I can go off some bullshit. That's my sixth sense. I know this motherfucker. Off some bullshit and be like, you know what? Let me click on that. I don't like that shit. But you clicked on that. You listened to
got
it
the
long
stream.
enough to get a stream.
Yeah.
I was about to ask.
It was different from that. That's why I said, that's why let's tie it back all together. You see what I'm doing here? If Daddy Yankee was in this time now, there would be no conversation of a Bad Bunny, because a Bad Bunny would have been invented, because the Bad Bunny comes from that cloth.
Right.
It's cut from that cloth.
Yeah, but
we can't be some old heads. We can't be old guys on the shelf talking about my time in that time. What we can do now is try to educate. No, listen, we could try to educate.
But
Yo, this is a repeat of Sticks and Rico. This is a dead repeat of Sticks and Rico.
We could try to educate.
yeah, but
Give Eleanor a minute. Let's go.
yeah, but Bad Bunny's not Daddy Yankee, bro. There's only one Daddy
When
Yankee.
did I say that? Can you rewind
He will
the
never-
podcast? Listen, okay.
How about we just we can't compare
I'm gonna
him.
take this cup
We can't
and I'm gonna
compare
put it
him. We
over
can't compare him
When did I say that?
because Bad Bunny's never gonna be better than Daddy
I'm
Yankee.
only
bro.
talking about now and then. That's it. I'm talking about trajectory. I'm not talking about right now.
The top five. The
talking
top
about
five right now
trajectory,
is
trajectory.
Bad Bunny, J Balvin, Daddy Yankee, Maluma. Those are the five mainstream.
Daddy Yankee
artist.
is Michael
That was four.
Jackson
That was four.
to reggaeton. I'm not saying that he's
So
gonna,
imagine like he's still top 5 right now.
Daddy Yankee is Michael Jackson. Bad Bunny's Chris Brown. That's what I'm trying to say. But
I think Jay-Z to Drake is better.
Yeah,
whatever. Cool.
Because
Whatever you
Jay-Z's
wanna
still
say.
alive
Yeah.
and still rocking.
Whatever you want to say. Well, Michael Jackson's still making numbers.
Yeah, but
on
you
the shit.
see, Daddy Yankee has Daddy Yankee.
Michael Jackson is still making a lot of money.
Yankee-
Look at the stats. How much Michael Jackson made last year? How much is this state made last year? He made more than most motherfuckers that are alive right now. Let's be real.
Yo, but
Facts
listen,
over-
Daddy Yankee,
Facts over feelings.
Daddy Yankee can
Facts
go
over feelings.
Daddy Yankee can go missing
We gotta
for
stop
5,
talking.
10 years and come back with an album, and he'll still be the living legend of Daddy Yankee that he
Of
is.
course, that's not what I'm
Bad
saying.
Bunny cannot go more than a year and a half or 2
my
without
God.
That's
making
what I'm
music,
saying.
or else
Your feelings-
that trajectory that you so-called roller coaster that's going up is gonna just not even go down. It's just gonna.
Poppy, your feelings are stopping you from realizing what I'm
Bro,
saying.
fucking Tom Brady's the GOAT.
I'm
bro.
not discrediting. And Jewel Edelman, thank you so much for whatever.
Yo,
you've
hold
done.
on. Let me ask you a question. A serious question.
And you are drunk.
Serious question.
Shout out to the
question.
Henny bottle that Fingers brought
Serious
today.
question.
A serial question.
Shout out,
Let's
Rob.
go. A serial
Ready? Are
question.
you
Shout
ready
out,
for
Rob.
this? Are you ready for this, Fingers?
Okay.
And Snacks, you can use this as like, the promo that we're gonna do.
Okay.
La Crotch.
Oh my God.
Who is the most overrated DJ in Boston for you?
Oh, and it starts 45 minutes in. I didn't even have to ask the question. Woo!
I don't give a fuck.
No. Who is
No,
the
I
most?
don't.
Who is the
Fingers-
most?
I don't give a
Fingers was
fuck.
just screaming
Who-
5
No,
minutes
no,
ago.
listen, let me tell you
And now
something.
he
Let me
wants
tell
to
you
get
something.
all quiet.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. About
man.
me, you can't ask me that question because
Who
I
is-
don't give a fuck. Let me tell you something.
That doesn't
I'm
mean you
not-
can't have
So
an
that
opinion.
means, are you trying to say I don't give a fuck? I'm gonna say it, or I don't give a fuck?
Listen, because you can say whatever the fuck you want, but if you step in the ring beside me, you ain't gonna feel that way. That's the problem.
So-
when you step in the ring beside
so
you,
who's the most
you're not gonna feel that way.
overrated
It don't
DJ
matter
for you?
who's the most over. It doesn't matter because I feel like there's not a concrete judging list because I feel
Okay.
like everybody's in their cliques.
Okay.
Everybody's in their own shit.
Okay. That being said, huh? No. That being said, okay. Before we even
We're
get
not
into
gonna do
that,
that Facebook.
No.
shit.
Listen,
We're not
listen,
doing
listen,
that Facebook.
Listen.
shit.
Top 5 best DJs.
Listen.
I'm in there.
Listen. That being said, if we are to pick the best or the worst, whatever we want to do, what is the criteria? Let's give it up to five categories.
The
of
criteria is
Bringing
using,
people in?
using both left and right tables.
I'm out of there.
Okay, so we're gonna exclude you.
Wait, is that too specific on the technical? Because
No,
you can just say technicality.
I'm being a dickhead. All right, if you could rock a party, right?
So party rocking, boom,
Party
one.
rocking,
One.
crowd
Control?
crowd control, participation, MC,
And that differs from party rocking how? I just want to make sure we're clear.
because party rocking, because you can rock a party without touching the mic not once.
Oh, so you're talking MCing.
MCing and crowd participation.
Okay, I'm with you.
You know,
So that's number 2.
that's number 2. I'd say
Music selection.
music selection.
Music selections 3. I'm
See,
with you.
but that can all tie into party rocking because you got to know what songs to play to get the party rocking, right? So it's so subjective. So it's just like that's why for me that conversation never bothers me because I know who I am.
But we're making the definitive for this episode, what the criteria is, and then based on that criteria.
So
we're
okay,
gonna go
party
somewhere.
rocking,
Boom,
controlling the crowd,
boom.
so crowd participation, all that, being aware where you are,
MCing.
branding.
Mm-hmm.
Branding is huge.
Branding, marketing, yeah.
And skill. That's 4.
How about uniqueness instead of skill?
No, skill. You gotta have skill because motherfuckers can't blend for
Technical
shit.
skill.
I heard
Technical skill.
Motherfuckers can't blend for shit.
Technical skill.
Not 'cause
Skill.
if you
Technical
different-
skill. So if you know how to blend correctly,
Yeah.
if you're not just whatever, slamming shit off beat.
Right.
5. Give me one.
I just said uniqueness, bro.
Uniqueness,
Because if
bro.
I freaking copy and paste you, then they're gonna. I'll be like, yo, I'll charge you $50 less than Fingers, and you're gonna get Fingers.
Yeah. That's it.
I make a strong argument for like how diverse you are.
Yeah. If
And
you're
how
able
adaptable
to
you
be all up and down the scale.
Yeah.
And that's
I think
why,
that's part of uniqueness.
And that's why, like I said, like, going into a room and be able to scope the crowd, being able to see that, you know, and that's why, like, if you were a party goer, it's easy for you to like to know what's going on in the party. That's what helped me. For me, like, before I was a DJ, before I was a rapper, a DJ, or anything, I was a dancer.
You used to rap?
You know I can rap.
Why is your songs on the
I'll
Billboard?
spit a verse right now if I want to.
Because you're not like Bad Bunny.
Whatever. But like I said, like, to be able to see the crowd and to be diverse in your playlist and your Serato is huge to me, because that way you can be put in any room, in any situation. Even if, you know, prior to that, let me do, like, for instance, I've done like Indian weddings.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yo, here's a list.
Some Bhangra.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And then if you're able to succeed off that, and that's huge.
My fucking. Shout out to Ado, the producer, coming in with the new ginger ales for the
ginger
ale.
Ginger on the ale. Ginger on the ale is huge. But that for me is what it is. Now, as far as, okay, in Boston, that whole talk about, man, because I've seen every generation of top 5.
Yeah, so I just want to just on the hosting, orchestrating here. So we won't do overrated or worst based on the criteria that we just came up with. Let's give people their flowers. Let's share positivity.
Right now, not of all time.
Let's talk about who are people that hit those. We said five or six categories.
Go ahead.
You go first.
What do you want me to do? Top 1, I want me. I'm here, and I'm in that mix.
You got to be in there because you're in their mind.
In that mix. So you do yours. So no, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do. Since you are the newer generation, right? You tell me, because you influence. You've seen it from afar. I might be biased. Because from what Boston...
So, but we're not going by bookings, right?
No, we're not. No.
No bookings.
He said what the criteria was.
Okay, good.
What the criteria is, because you know what? Because Boston, you can't... In Boston, you can't talk about yourself in a high aspect without them calling you cocky or that them trying to pick you apart like you're not who you are.
That's why you got to say arguably.
Arguably, right? So it is what it is.
Allegedly.
So you know what? Let me cut myself out of that, because I'll come in and I'll correct some things if I need to correct some things. But go ahead.
So we said the criteria. So
y'all both fit the criteria. Sticks is in there for my list. That's 3. Hectic has to be there because he hasn't retired yet. The 5th one has to be my dad, bro. Those are the 5 DJs that I think that are different, that are unique.
I love your dad, but cut that shit out.
Yo, bro, the thing is that he just needs a microphone, his brain that knows music, and how he can animate a crowd. That's it. And plus, if you want to, Daddy Yankee's older than him.
Oh wow, god damn, he's young.
You're not gonna tell your dad's age.
Yo, if you said Daddy Yankee's 47,
the 2 got Versace.
He's 45.
Right, he's 45. Oh, then my dad's older than him. He's 46.
He's 46.
Listen,
46 is young, bro.
That whole talk about best DJs, the whole award show things. Let's get juicy about it. The whole award shows, all that best DJs, best that. It's all subjective.
Right.
All right. Boston is so divided that nobody is that aware of what's really fucking going on, because they're all in their circles.
Including you?
No. Because I'm all on everybody's page calling them kings. When I refer to you, I refer to you as king. When I refer to you, I refer to you as king.
Call me motherfucker.
I don't, because you're my brother, so I can call you a motherfucker. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. You know, we got that relationship. But to me, people are also in their shit. It could be an insecurity thing.
Or maybe so you're saying they don't show support because...
No. Wait. It could be an insecurity thing. It could be I don't give a fuck type of thing. It could be
I'm better than him, so why am I gonna?
And I can't be mad at the DJs of today that have that mentality where it's just me versus everybody, or me fuck everybody else, because Boston has always had that mentality. There's never been a really true camaraderie within Boston, and I've seen it. I've seen people who talk shit about people and give them handshakes the next day at the club.
Oof.
I'm in the back of the bar watching you give me a handshake to somebody. You just
what are
told
the
me
names?
You had an opinion on
it.
All right, we don't got to do all that, because you know what? The people that watch that, they'll resonate with them, and that's all that happens.
Fuck,
because
he's talking about me.
No, I'm being real. I'm not even, like, right now, I'm not even being, like, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be, be real with you. If you have an opinion on something, talk about it. It's okay to disagree with somebody. It's okay to not like something. It's okay to give your opinion, go about it the right way, but don't talk shit and then go act like you're buddy with the person. That shit is whack. That's why there's no huge, like, build within Boston. And Boston is so much talented motherfuckers out here. If we used each other the right way, if we were, it's still be competitive. I'm going to tell you, you're my boy. But if I DJ, I'm DJing to take your heads off.
Me too.
I love y'all.
No, I don't.
I don't give a fuck.
But I'm DJing to take your heads off.
Yeah, and likewise.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But just don't be fake. And with my own boys, I'd be like, yo, bro, why don't you just talking shit about that the other thing? Give me a hand, shit like that.
You never said that to me, bro.
Did not call into DJ Hector's podcast and talk about what you really feel.
Nah.
Didn't I say that? You was over there talking about,
yeah,
but we had a conversation before talking about how you really feel. And it's not me as a man to talk about what another man tells me. That's not my place.
Yeah, but he called in and said, yo, name
but
the
I'm
most
tell you right now,
overrated Latin DJ,
guys,
bro.
I'm going to tell you right now, guys, just be real with each other. I'm not going to talk about who it is, but, one of my peoples posted up a video doing something. Everybody was praising it. Even himself, he was like, yo, I felt like it was off too, but I still put it out because I felt the pressure. I'm like, yo, listen, don't feel the pressure. You do what you feel. I didn't go in your comments. I didn't like it. I didn't say, yo, that's fire. That shit was off. That shit was off. Don't do that to yourself because you know that it was off. I know you know that was off. And if we had more of that in Boston, then that shit would crack and we would blow up because there's gold in these streets.
Yeah. I mean,
I think there's better DJs here than New York, to be honest.
That's just my opinion.
Oh yeah,
man. That's just my opinion, man.
Well, I mean, to that last part, I'm not gonna leave with the original thing is because you didn't say your top 5. I'm not gonna leave that. Hey, I'm good at that.
Oh,
I keep tabs.
shit, I kind of forgot.
I keep tabs. No, I be on my Jimmy Fallon, baby. But like me and Real P and like Armando, like we were doing like those transition videos and stuff like that, and we wanted other people to do it, right? And to that point, there were some people that would hop on board on it and try it, and it let me realize that like DJs, especially during COVID, need to be proud of something and need to feel accomplished, right? They need to be able to put something together, take the time to put something together, put it out, and be like, hey, like, even if it's as good as X or not as good as Y, this is what I can do. You know what I mean? And I think even if it is mid, I think we should praise people for doing what they are able to do and just share it with the world. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
There were people, me being, give me Real PR Mono, shout out them, Cammy, like Stams, like people who were doing it consistently. So like they would share it directly with us, be like, yo, I'm thinking about posting this. Do you think it's worth it? And I would tell them, change this, take the next week to practice
Thank
it,
you.
and then come back.
Because quality control is important.
Yeah. Because
without quality control, nobody's wanting to get better. So that's why I say, I put up a post the other day, is the bar that was set so high at my time, is that has made me as good as I am right now, that bar not as high as it was because of,
Or maybe have you thought like the bar is still high, but people just don't want to like reach that bar.
And with them not wanting to reach that bar, if you don't have
settle
a person,
for what
if
they
you don't
have
have a person like Snacks to be like, do that, you know what my opinion is, do this, do that, which you are credible. You're somebody that you know your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody coming and watching you come into the game and doing what you got to do, you as well, watching you do what you do, you guys are credible sources. That's why I will ask you, that's why I asked you with the mix. How do you feel?
Well, that's why I did freestyle and chose the people I chose because
that was the best thing that I ever heard.
I wanted to set
when Fingers was
Well, I wanted like people were like, "Oh, can I do one?" And I was like, honestly, no, because I just like look at the company that you're with. Like if we look, there's 10 of them. 4 of them are mine.
Freestyle alumni.
And Freestyle alumni. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like look at the breadth of work that's there. And to me, in my opinion, is the best 10 hours of DJing that I think came out of COVID. Especially in Boston. Yeah. And I wanted to set that bar with, and that's again the reason I chose the people I chose, because I knew they would be able to set that bar. And everyone was different. Everyone did their own style, blah, 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 blah. And it was to be like, yo, people are coming out with mixes and COVID mixes and quarantine mixes and shit like that, but like, this is what you got to compete with. Yeah. And Finga's one of the more either second or third most popular out of the 10. the noise that came out of yours was like
that was
it was insane.
Crazy.
Yeah, no, yours.
I told you,
crazy.
I texted you that day out,
and that's what I want. Like other DJs were showing other DJs love, and people being like, "Fuck!" Like people were like, "Oh my god, I gotta get back in the lab."
Genuine
like,
love.
Yeah, like I remember, like Real P did his, and I forget who was first between the two of you.
Real P was first,
but yeah. So Real P did it, and I dropped your, and then he was like, "I need to do mine again." And Stamps too. Stamps was the first guest. And then Real P does it. Stamps like, I need to do mine again. Like, and that's what I wanted from you guys.
Yo, but here's the thing with Boston. They'll hit you up about it. They won't hit me up about it. That's the problem with Boston. That's what I'm talking about. No. Listen. Yeah. If we're talking about, because I believe in my city, I believe in that we can be in New York.
Yeah,
we could. Look at what's coming out of it. But like you said, people are hitting you up about it. I only got a few hit up about that. I knew what that was gonna do. I know what I can do. I saw what was out there. I saw what was already done. But they hit you up about it.
I was running it, but I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
You know what I'm talking about?
I see what you mean.
And there's that I don't know if it's the fear of, of them
thinking that
yourself to
now
somebody and being like, yo, listen, that shit was fire. Yeah. That shit was dope, bro. Good shit.
Yeah.
I texted you that.
Yeah. I mean, I had the privilege of like, being the organizer. So like, obviously I had to be in contact with.
Nah. Hold on. Sorry to cut you off. I texted him while I was listening to it. I was like, yo, I'm like 15 minutes in. He's like, oh, you haven't heard nothing yet. And I was like, damn, bro. Like,
it was crazy. But I tell you, like, I mean, you even got my general reaction on FaceTime. Like it's not like I'm the one organizing. Like, oh yeah, that was cool. Let's just send it. Yeah. Like I was like, this is what I want. Like, do more. Like, and I told you, I was like, get us. You were like, oh, I get kind of crazy. I'm like, get fucking crazy. Like I told you, like, and I was happy. Cammy's is the number one, and I think a lot of it was because a lot of people haven't heard him. Like he's in this weird middle, especially with COVID, that like it took him 10 steps back in terms of what he was supposed to be at this time. Yeah. And people hit me up all the time. They're like, I don't know who this white kid is, but his shit was fire. Yeah. You've been in the game a long time. Like, so people almost knew what to expect of you, but they haven't heard you in a while. Again, that's why I did freestyle. These DJs haven't had a place to do this in a while. So let me try and create this little buzz, whatever. And, but people did know to expect that from you. Yeah. And so for someone like Cammy or even like Dutch, like these younger dudes, it was people's opportunity to hear them for the first time.
Nah, Cammy V, I remember hearing him the first time at 222. He was with Toomey. I believe they were DJing together. And shout out to Toomey, shout out to Cammy V. And I can see the potential. I can see. I guess at that time he was Stam's understudy. Stam's actually, he came up under us, under JJP.
Yeah.
And Stans grew, you know what I'm saying? People always, and you could see the similarities between the two. And I'm like, oh, it's definitely somebody that looks up to Stams or somebody that's doing their thing with Stams. But he's I listened to y'all podcast that y'all did together before I came here. I'm not gonna lie. And he's somebody that's knowledgeable. He knows what he's doing, and I feel like he pays attention. So he knows, he's on the right path to go into the right way. So flowers to KMV, keep doing your thing, keep pushing hard on that. And when I heard him live that day, I'll give him my feedback. I told him what he should do, what he should focus on. And since that day to now, it's 9 day.
Yeah, he's improved so much.
9 day. It's awesome,
bro.
Yeah, no, Cam. Yeah, he's someone that I like found kind of an accident. And the second I like heard him, I'm like, I'm taking you. Absolutely, like that's awesome. Pack your bags. Like I'm taking you with me, and yeah, he's grown insanely. So, and and I think people are recognizing that. You guys are recognizing. So I love that for him. But back to the original question.
You top five, bro.
I think you talked a lot in terms of just where you're coming from, and I think we have an understanding now. We went through the categories of the criteria.
My top five DJs.
It can be just the five that you respect and like you like what they're doing.
In order. And just what you asking, like, now, are you asking, like, in the times now, or are you asking just personally through me? Yeah, are you being political, or are you being, is it personal?
Think for me, political, it was, for me, it was, like, right now.
But you went on this whole thing about Bad Bunny is now, we shouldn't live it so.
So political. That's a political standpoint because Bad Bunny is what's in now.
I'm just saying if you want to be consistent.
So
Do you want to do 2 top 5s?
Yeah,
One
you
of
can
the
do
all
2.
time or one right
You're
now?
putting yourself in a place where you're gonna do 2 top 5s.
How about me? I'm just gonna name some DJs.
But it has to be 5
respect.
DJs.
I respect.
It has to be 5
I respect.
DJs.
All right, I'd say as far as DJing, wise doing their thing, shout out to Cisco. He's doing his thing brand wise. You know, he's built himself up to a place where, like, you know, he's doing his thing. Myself, definitely gonna be biased.
He's doing his
Yeah,
thing
put
too.
yourself.
Myself, no, of course not.
You deserve it.
Fuck that.
Fuck that.
And motherfuckers, no, I don't gotta say shit. Shit. See, I know this was a question that I should have thought about before I came in because I know it was a question that was come out. And
I didn't even bring it up.
Oh,
I'm really
I was ready.
I really gotta
I
think
was
about
ready.
it because there's just so much DJs. Because then I'm thinking about DJs that are not in heavy rotation, but that can take dudes' heads off.
That's why I told you that the bookings don't have to be part of the whole criteria.
And this is your list, bro.
Yeah, this is your list.
All right, so then it can't be political.
I gave you an idea of doing 2 top 5s, political and
Like
your
opinion,
all-time
like
greats.
Your opinion, yeah.
You're on both. We get it.
You would have a hard time with fucking what's his fucking name? There's a bunch of fucking dudes.
I think the fact you can't name them makes it very weird for me to put him on the top 5. That's
Nah,
me,
it's
though.
just like it's just hard. There's a lot of fucking dudes, man. And that's why it's hard to be a top 5. Can you do a 10?
No, no, dude, you're making this
yeah.
way harder than it has to
I'm
be.
gonna say Hectic. I'm gonna say.
So
me.
wait. So what do we have? We have you, Cisco,
Cisco.
and Hectic. Okay.
Because I'm thinking about genre rise too, because there's this different, and I'm thinking about open format DJs now. It's just popped in my head. It's just so much. So I'd say Hectic. I'd say.
So now you're thinking about different criterias.
That's why I said it's hard. That's
No,
why
but
it's
we-
hard.
but we-
We're the ones that
named the
made the criteria.
My favorite DJs in Boston: Rico Suave, myself, DJ Case, DJ Storm, and you.
That's JJP, bro. So
That is JJP.
Yo, but right now I'm like, but I fuck with snacks. That's why it's kind of like.
But that's
No,
why
but you
top
see,
5 is so top 5.
When I was driving
That's why
over
this is why I
here,
like top
when I
5.
was driving
like
over here,
that's
when
a
I
Rocky,
wanted, listen,
we're gonna call that a Rocky top.
listen,
5.
when I was driving
We're
over
gonna call
here,
that a Rocky
I
top
said,
5.
yo, I want to make a top 5 of things. Cause I remember by hearing him one time, I heard a song. I was like, holy shit, this song, I didn't know it was a sample for this Dembow song that Alpha did. So I was like, yo, hold the fuck up. This guy is doing this shit. Let me see, boom. So I was like, yo, because
That's
everything
why,
that
like,
I
I'm
see
like-
is different. It's genuine. I've never seen that before.
Well, I haven't really.
I'm
I
not
haven't
gonna
really
lie.
heard.
That got me so horny.
I haven't really.
I'm rock hard right now.
That could be Henny. I haven't really heard a full set of yours.
Yeah, we've never DJed together.
We
I
never did
have,
this together.
and I can tell you, I was like, yo, he played a song. He's like, oh, he played a song. It was called "Na de Na" by Chrissy Angel. When he played, I was like, go, yo, I haven't heard this shit in years, bro. And I told Rico's next. I was like, yo, bro,
When's the last time you heard this shit? Yeah.
bro, the last time I played that was in Castillo's for my 16th birthday,
Yeah,
bro.
sounds right.
That's why,
yeah.
like, on the spot, that question, like, I take this shit very seriously.
Yeah, I do
and
too.
it's not. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks.
Yeah, you
Just
weren't
for
political,
me.
bro.
No, it's not. It's not. I don't.
get
no,
it.
Listen.
You don't want
I'm
no more
I'm
haters.
gonna say it here right now. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks of.
But
what
you had a list going
my
on.
opinion
You said you had Hectic,
But
Cisco,
but
you.
like I said,
you just needed
and
two
then you
more to
flipped it, and
go.
then
You
you
just
flipped it.
needed
Yeah, yeah.
two more to go.
Listen, and that's why, like I said, like it's a question that I wasn't prepared for, and I'm still not prepared for it because it's something that, like, I really, I gotta hear your full set from in and out, how you rock a whole night,
Yeah.
No,
yeah, I couldn't-
by yourself.
I couldn't.
Yeah, because if I could have
You
put
couldn't put
I
me-
couldn't put you in because
Yeah.
I've never heard you play.
but I
I-
guarantee you, if you heard me in a full set,
I put you in there.
if you heard me in a full set, you'd be like, all right, cool. If you heard me in different rooms, you'd be like, all right, cool. So that's why I don't want to say that, not because I care about what anybody's gonna fucking think, but like out of respect of, seeing what you can do and then thinking of the potential what a full set of you could be. is where I'm.
No,
like,
but hold
damn.
on. But before the record, like I got a bunch of DJ friends. Like just because you're not in my top 5 list doesn't mean that I think you suck. It's just
Dude, it's
simply
top
like,
5, man.
Yo,
Like,
it's my top
top
5.
five.
No,
Objective.
I mean,
You know-
to your point, Fingers, and that's why I was putting out content like that, because I'm like, right now you guys can't see me, and it's been a year, and like, but like,
And it was different.
That's why I'm putting these very
And
complex,
yeah, it's real different.
conceptual things, because I'm like, you know, this is the place where we can do it, because it's not a party. I don't
Like there were some times I was like, yo, oh shit, I didn't know that song was part of the sample. I was like, damn,
Yeah.
like nah, oh shit, oh I see,
Yeah.
yo, I see. Yeah, it was crazy, bro. Sometimes you'd be adding like some Super Mario stuff, and I was like, yo, what the hell goes through his brain, bro?
Which
And
I think, you know, I think if we look at it like a Mortal Kombat card, like where it's like, oh, like
or
like,
Yu-Gi-Oh
strength,
card.
like strength is 99, like stamina is 87. Like I think if it were for me, like creativity, we'd like 99. Like
my
party
card,
rocking, like
Dark
90.
Magician.
Like
that whole like wordplay and like that was natural for me coming up. Like that's something that we did. Oh, this is saying shake your body, rock your body, mic check 1 2.
Yeah, but you
know
see
what I'm
now,
about? You know what I'm saying?
that
So-
whole wordplay. Now going back to the reggaeton thing is a lot easier because you can just get that little sample of
Which is
how
dope.
they're doing,
which is dope.
and it makes it. Yeah, it sounds good, but like that's obviously like you're supposed to do.
But that's why I love that people like Snacks is driving that way of thinking, because you are of a newer generation. Yeah, I'm still here, but
You're the Daddy Yankee, bro. We get it. We're the fucking Bad Bunnies.
No, I'm not Daddy Yankee yet. I'm here. I'm only 31 years old. I ain't going nowhere.
Oh, you got 16 more years.
You are of a newer generation, so you're driving a whole different. You're driving a whole different market of that. You're newer. Like I said, something new, nice and shiny. People are gonna be like, "Oh shit!" So the fact that I've seen what you can do and your thought process and the way you go about your mixes and your music knowledge, because you're not just at the surface of where music is now.
Yeah.
You're rooted. You're going
Right.
back.
Right,
And that's where that I give you your flowers. I respect that, and that's why I'm proud that somebody like you is in a position where you can bring people like us and the people that you have brought in the past to this podcast to talk, because you are not coming from a biased standpoint. You can have your opinions, your personal opinions, but you are a historian as well. So
appreciate that.
Boom.
flowers.
So talk to us about Naki Summer, dude.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, do it. Part 2.
That's about say it correctly.
We also cannot stop recording until this bottle is done, by the way.
No, this bottle's gonna be finished. So I was gonna buy the bigger bottle, but we have to drive home.
The handle?
That's not the bigger bottle.
No, that's the fifth, right?
There's one more.
Oh no, it's the liter. That's
Yeah,
the
it's
liter. That's the
There's
liter.
one more bigger
yeah.
than this,
Yeah,
and
that's the liter.
yeah, I was gonna buy that. We all gotta drive. You're weak.
I didn't want to drink. I'm drinking because you, bro.
When's the last time I saw you?
See,
that's,
bro.
That's a heavy
damn.
pour. That's a heavy pour.
Who, me?
Yeah, yeah.
Toxic.
Actually, if we could, I do want to save what we're working on for a little bit later. I do want to pull up a segment that we started recently. I do have it written down. I have a few points that I do want to hit still later, but we've been talking just so much
Yeah, we are.
shit, I guess. So I would love to just switch the gears a little bit. We started this new segment where basically someone, it was when I had Cammy here last week, it was Ado who set it up, but I'll set it up for y'all, and I might pitch in here. But I'm going to ultimately set up an event situation, and I want you guys to kind of just talk about how you would approach it as a DJ. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm gonna
I start
basically
first.
So I'm gonna basically give like venue, crowd, time of the year, stuff like that. Based on that information, how are you approaching the night
Okay.
or the event?
Okay.
Right? That being said, we have a 80s themed party that is in downtown. Who shows up? We don't know, because it could be people who see an 80s party and they haven't been out in 20 years, but they want to do an 80s party, or it could be people who think they know what an 80s party is. 22-year-old that shows up. That being said, it's a nighttime party at a lounge bar in downtown Boston. 80s party in October. Someone want to go first?
You say you want to go first? Go ahead.
How do you want to?
What time is it? Am I like?
It's so you're doing open and close. 10
So
p.m.
this
to
is my
2 a.m.
first song at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Even if you know, if you don't know the name of the song, like if you want to sing a melody.
How are you approaching this 80s party?
What lounge is it?
It's not a specific one. It's a lounge bar kind of thing. Not 200 people.
Sounds like pressure.
It sounds like I need to know how many people are there right now.
It just sounds like pressure.
No, but that's what I'm saying. At between my opening set is gonna sound like this, and I'm gonna move to this, and then I'm gonna end it with this.
So we're saying that there's 200 people right when I walk in at 10 o'clock.
No. It's a
Obviously
200.
not,
It's a
stupid.
200 capacity spot.
And there's no 200 people there.
Dude, you're playing at 10 to 2. How are you approaching? You don't
go
have this
first?
information before you
Want me
go
to go
in.
first? All right, I'll go first. So
80s theme.
with that, like
Yo, I play. Now go ahead.
you're thinking about it too hard. So if 80s party, I'm thinking about 80s, I'm thinking about 80 to maybe 95.
Right.
95. I'm not thinking about just 80s.
Correct.
Because people that
Absolutely.
are born around that time are still rocking the songs that are 90s.
Correct.
So
Or even creeping into the 70s.
yes,
Right.
keeping in 70s.
So with decade parties, I give it 20 15 to 20 years actually.
because
instead
no
of just the
one's
10.
really like, this was 95.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not dancing.
Yeah. Oh no, this came out in 79. This is in 80s. Yeah.
Not happening.
Yeah.
And then you have from there. I'm thinking I'm preparing genre-rise at that point because you have
that's your
so
approach is by
much
genre?
genres. And me with genres, like I don't DJ by genres. I mix match. So open format. So when I think open format, you could take a 80s pop song, 80s house song. Let the music play. You don't get away. To
Jackson 5.
what Jackson, if you pick an 80s Jackson 5, but even at the 80s, like you can still go back 70s.
Yeah.
You can do that. So that's why, like, I feel like you don't think about it too hard. It's more of a vibe type of thing. Obviously, you have those songs that you target that you have to.
Yeah. What are some of those songs that you have to hit for an 80s?
Just the Thriller album, at least 4 or 5 tracks off that Thriller
Right.
album. Madonna, you have to hit Madonna heavy. Prince,
Yeah.
you got to hit
Purple Rain,
Prince heavy.
yeah.
You got to hit Prince, Shalimar, that was huge with Prince. What's it called? Even with R&B, the whole Teddy Riley, New Jack Swing era.
yeah. Yep.
You got to do all that. You got to do like Bobby Brown.
New Edition.
New Edition, all that stuff. Then you gotta hit, like I said, you gotta hit the pop. I'll go Phil Collins on your ass real quick. You sitting at the bar, put your hands in the air. Cause I can't feel.
Yeah. That'd be crazy. That would be insane.
Yo, bro, the thing is that
That'd be crazy.
my first
I
song,
wish I was born in the '80s.
He asked for a freaking song, bro.
No,
What are
he
you
asks.
doing?
He asks for how are you gonna gauge your night. So when you
The
walk
first
in
song
there,
that you play when you walk in,
no,
what's
that,
it
you
gonna be?
can't. There's never a first song when you play when
That's
you walk in.
how I was thinking about it. I
'Cause
was
when-
like, damn,
yo,
man,
No,
let
just
me-
how
let
you
me-
approaching the
How
night.
you approaching
How
the
you
night?
approaching the night.
That's why I said you're thinking too hard.
Yeah.
That's that new age shit. What am I doing? Oh my god. No, nigga, that's not what he's asking. That's not what he's
I was
asking.
looking for. I was like, damn, what song do I have?
No, he's
80s?
asking about how you go about that. So, like I said, like I'm not just playing 80s music. I'm playing 80s to maybe 92,000s. I could still go play Crazy in Love by Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? I could do all that. You know what I'm saying? But within that, but then there's that, your 12:30 to 1 o'clock.
Your staples.
Your staples. Your 80s.
Got to drop Billie Jean somewhere.
Billie Jean's in there.
I was thinking about dropping Michael Jackson, but I wasn't thinking Billie Jean.
Which one?
Because I was thinking, like, I thought the question was, what's your first song? So I was thinking of
The first song doesn't even matter.
He never
No
said
one's there.
that.
No
He
one's
never
there.
said that. He never said that.
Yo, you see?
He never said that. Not at all. But I know you can handle that. I know you probably asked me for like, can I get a playlist? Or something?
Nah, my 80s playlist is pretty good.
He knows his music.
Yeah, because I've done a bunch of
He knows his
weddings.
music. But like, yeah, that like, I would love that kind of party because you can go everywhere with it. And then like the 80s house,
Yeah.
pump the jam.
Yeah.
That's 90s, but like I said, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you can.
Well,
go,
there's all the 80s rock.
you can play with and then the 80s
Yeah.
rock.
Yeah, because there's what is it? The not hairspray rock. It's fuck. Like Molly Crew type shit.
Yes,
like,
yes.
The Grease Smut Rock?
Put
that what
some
it's called?
sugar
Yeah, shit
on
like that.
your
Yeah, like shit like that.
heart.
Like there's even that shit. You know what I mean?
Nah, but
Saturday
like,
Night Fever?
listen, if you don't have rock in your computer, you're not an open format DJ. You're not.
I agree.
I feel like a lot of people think that they're open format DJs and
Woo!
I be stressing, bro.
A bunch of club killer edits and then
they think
open
Yeah,
format.
a bunch of club
all
killer
little edits and shit. They think they're open format DJs. Listen, I can still DJ without intros and outros. I just want to say that for a fact. Being able to do that. Like I said, I came from an era where I was DJing with CDs.
Yeah.
And I was playing real songs. There was really no intros and outros that I was burning or downloading.
What I used to do was
LimeWire.
LimeWire, write down the cue point
So,
on the thing, 0.
We're gonna do another event. So we started the new segment, Ado. But I want to get into I want to have some fun.
Yo, if we DJ together, I think that would probably be like the dopest night ever.
Oh, you got to put some freestyle there, right?
Yeah, freestyle. Yeah.
Let the music play. I sang that. Girl.
Yeah, I was legit
freestyle.
just singing it because you were.
I think freestyle. There's only like a few freestyle songs that I actually like. I think freestyle is such a weird.
Freestyle.
So Ado's. Hold on, let me get through your mic. So Ado's back here. Ado helped us with this segment last week, and I want to get in some fun.
Where's Ado's cup though? Can you get Ado's cup? Make sure it's full. Okay, because he's trying to dodge it. Because yesterday he got little titty.
So welcome Ado, our producer, our frequent guest.
Ado.
Thank you.
So we just did 80s party in downtown at a 200-person lounge.
Oh wow.
Which was cool. So if you want to just, I'll give you a minute. Think of another kind of event. Don't try and repeat the ones from last week either. Yep. And then as DJs, we'll just and now El Menor understands kind of what the assignment is.
I thought it was like one song. I was like, fuck,
What's the first song you play when you walk in the room? I'm playing an instrumental. And I'm going to the bathroom. I'm getting a drink. I'm going to the bathroom.
I'm playing the worst song I have.
I'm hitting my E-pen. Some DJs go to the bathroom, do a little line of coke or something.
So we can do decade, we can do vibe, we can just do crowd based on the crowd. It's up to you. You are the promoter.
Yeah.
This is the event I want. I have you guys as the DJs. What
And
is
this we're going on.
How are you approaching?
Okay, so we did 3 last time, right?
We did 2 or 3 or something.
Yeah,
shit.
I think whatever.
We'll do 2 more.
Okay.
Just because we already got one in.
All right. So setting. We are West Coast.
Ooh.
West Coast. LA area, all that vibe. Crowd is diverse. You got white, you got Spanish, you got black, right? Because LA has really, really big venues, so like they host all walks of earth. Not a night party, but not a day party, evening party. Like there's chairs, there's like a vibe. Like
Some people are lounging. Some people are up and
lounging,
partying.
exactly. There's like, think about a venue that has, all right, this is like you walk in, there's food section here, and then there's like a big dance floor open format there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What music are we playing?
What's your demographic?
Demographic, white, Spanish.
Age.
But yeah,
Outside?
is there an age
range?
Like would you be like, oh, if they're over this age, it's a little creepy.
Sounds like a 35 too.
Yeah, exactly. It's like young professionals, but they've been in the area, so they can afford LA prices. It's like
What day of the week?
25
Up
to 40.
Yeah, and it's middle of the week. It's like
midweek.
call it midweek.
That says a lot.
Whatever. Tuesday, Wednesday.
We'll call Wednesday.
Whatever.
So I'm walking in there, Earth, Wind, and Fire mashups. I'm
doing
there.
house. Yep, I'm doing
I'm
house.
walking in there, Bruno Mars vibe, weekend vibe. To start off with, you walking in the door, you want to move your shoulders a little bit. I'm
facts.
talking about you want to eat some food.
Yes, sir.
I'm talking about
Justin
you having a
Bieber
good time.
peaches?
You want to talk. How you been? It's been a long time. It's been a while. Yo.
Justin Bieber
You know what I'm
peaches.
saying? All that stuff. That's what I'm talking about. Like, stuff like that. You're on the West Coast and you want to throw in a little hyphy. What's my favorite word? I'm talking about stuff like that. I've actually DJed in the West Coast. I DJed in Modesto.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and so I touched base on stuff like that, but it was a nightclub. But for your scenario, like I said, like when you're walking in, I want to do that. I want to make sure you're moving your shoulders, you're having a good time. It's we're talking, we're vibing, or we're eating food. You know what I'm saying? You want to settle in a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? And then after an hour or so, hour and a half, I'm dropping those tracks. You know what I'm saying? Like coming a little bit crazy in love, getting a little bit dirty with the beats, the drum samples. That's how that's how I think about it. With that's too. It's like how the drums are hitting in the song is where I'm also fitting in my songs within the night. That incline on your roller coaster. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when it hits that time where we're partying, I see people are starting to head to the bar. I'm paying attention to people's mannerisms. I'm paying attention to how people are moving in the club. You know, you're done with your plate. You're putting the plate aside. Your napkins are in your plate now. You know, you're holding on to your drink. You're standing up. You're moving up a little bit. So now I start dropping the club hits. But I can still hit the old school with it. You know, going in and out of that. And that crowd, that demographic, you can go anywhere with it.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
You can go anywhere with it. So I can drop a, Ain't No Mountain High with a Club Killers drum loop on it. You know what I'm saying? Just to get him going. Go into a house set. Get up tempo with it. So stuff like that with that demographic, I think will just drive a night all day. And then, you know what I'm saying, you sprinkle with that demographic as well, you sprinkle the new age shit, the stuff that's not really like cutting into like too much of the newer age stuff, but enough to they know what's going on, like the Cardi B's and like the stuff like that. That's really, really hitting hard in
The
mainstream.
Bad Bunnies,
You know what I'm talking about,
because there's
you know what I'm
Latin
saying?
people there.
Whatever.
Yeah, so Menor, how are you approaching the night?
I just told you, man. Like when
You're
I think
just gonna
about LA,
agree with me, it's
when I
okay.
think about LA, I think about like maybe it's like at 7 o'clock at night. The sun is kind of still out. Whatever,
Yeah.
sunset. You know, they probably getting out of work because they're professionals. So you definitely got to drop some house music, some lounge house. Like if you're shopping at Harmonic Exchange, house music. You definitely got to put, like I told you, the Justin Bieber joint, that new one, the Peach. And then you got to go from right there. I would go to a little bit of Mombaton, not so much reggaeton because over there is, not so much late at night. But I would definitely play the top 40s of reggaeton, the top 40s of reggaeton, which is like, your Bad Bunny, the Daddy Yankee.
Stop doing that.
Yeah. And then I definitely play some Beyonce, bro. Maybe not Crazy in Love because I'm not really a fan of that, but
But you
I
will
would play.
But you will play Crazy in Love.
But
whether you're a fan of it or not.
I don't think
would judge you.
I don't think that someone's gonna come up to me like, "Can you play Crazy in Love?"
Are you? Can you smack him?
I would. I love
Can you
that song.
smack him?
No,
I love that song.
No,
I think I play that song
I would.
almost every set.
I have
No, that's a lie, but
I play it.
That's
I play it.
probably a song that I have.
I
like
play it,
maybe
but the vibe is I'm setting
20
it, not
different
you.
versions of
So
In My
I'm
Hot
setting
Tub.
it. So
It is true.
this is my
It
vibe.
is true. This is his moment. This is his
Yeah.
moment.
When I walk it up
It's
to you, be like, "Can you play Crazy in Love?"
Yeah, give me $20.
Yeah.
I do want to say on record, I made that cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and then after that,
Laptop
I would
case.
definitely drop a quick bachata set, like with, Aventura Romeo Santos, the mostly known, probably like Odio with Drake or Promise with
Cause heavy line.
because
Oh shit! Hold on, wait one more time. nigga.
yo, he speaks Spanish.
See the vocals, right?
Oh,
See the vocals,
Nasty.
right?
People don't know,
Yeah.
Smacks,
So
huh?
nasty.
I don't want to get into
I can
it.
rap.
Yo.
You can sing. I'll spit a verse if you want me to spit a verse later.
and then I
Yo,
do
the Henny is
some
talking
mashups.
loudly.
I do
spit a
some
verse.
mashups. So that's what it is. As far as like reggae, the reggae that I do is like up tempo reggae, like usually like maybe like 110, 115.
Noticeable
And then-
reggae like Sean
And then
Paul.
correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What song is that?
I got the right
Temperature.
temperature.
Okay. All I heard was is that Bollywood? What is that?
And yeah, that's the vibe that I'd set.
Yep.
Yeah, I think starting with house is a definite, especially if it's
Up-tempo.
midweek, but not like progressive or anything. Like, it would have to be
Nah.
very like you said, like lounge, like 122 to
Even
126.
deepish.
Yeah, deep. Yeah. Because especially at that time, like it's young professionals, people getting out of work, they want to talk first. and drink. Yeah. And like a lot of like disclosure type shit, and keep it real funky there. And then when I'm ready, probably start just going 120, like 118. So but I'll just give them flashes of what's to come. So I'll play like one of the more like lesser known like coolie rhythm, like coolie dance rhythm.
You're
type
testing
stuff.
the crowd.
Yeah, so I'll put that and be like, okay, if like
Yeah.
because coolie dance is a universal.
That doom 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 doom.
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
congas
Yeah.
are like once you hear those, like you
And it's a
see
test
it.
because like it's one of those things that even if you don't, it's a very infectious beat.
Yeah.
That's still 120.
Yeah.
And so like it'll fit in if you put like a house acapella out into that under, and then you can test it, and you're like, okay, I can do this later. Like I can really do it later. So I'll do that a couple times. Using Crazy in Love is the example. When it's early, I'll play the Crazy in Love sample. Because it comes in with the but it's not the actual song.
Yep.
So you can get the reaction because they think it's the song, but then they realize it's actually this soul song from the 70s where it starts it's more just like drums and saxes and
catch
shit.
'em.
But I catch them and be like, okay,
Now
they
you know
want
you
it.
can play
Now,
it later.
now I know that when I do drop it, it's good. They're gonna be like, oh, he tried to play before, and now it's these little moments where I'm like, no,
And
okay,
yeah.
but I didn't drop it, so like you know what I mean. So I'll do those tests going down to 115. Again, we can still keep it funky. I always like hitting the Calvin Harris Funk Wave Bounce album.
Yep.
I
Calvin
think
Harris
it's a
is
very neutral sound. All that
You know
super
what?
funky
Speaking
stuff.
on that funky stuff, you know what song I feel like is underrated and people don't play it enough? You know that Usher song that he made with Nicki Minaj? That was like a funk song. She's waiting for you or something like that.
She came to give it to
She
you.
came to give it to you. Why don't people play that song? That song is like
But that's
Earth,
your
Wind, and
but
Fire.
that's your bread and butter. You're the one who plays that song. To his point, like if I play Now That Now, like that's my bread and butter. Like he remembered that a week later. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, he reminded me of his quinceañera.
don't-
He was
don't-
when he
don't-
was in
don't-
it.
Never
give out
played
the
that
cheat
at a
codes.
quinceañera, bro.
Don't
I
give out the
never
cheat
played
codes.
that at a quinceañera.
No,
But-
He mixed that with Calabria, bro. I was like, holy fucking
I hear that.
shit,
Like,
bro.
that's coming right after Blur Lines. You know what I'm saying? For me.
Yeah.
But that would be like for me.
Yo, let me do a scenario then.
Okay.
No, hold on. I have two, and then I have two more because this is gonna go to different.
God,
Two more.
okay, we gotta move through these.
We'll
now,
go.
'cause
We'll
now-
go
'cause now-
quickly.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go. TikTok generation.
Hey, but I'm a
Right?
guest. Let me go. No.
Oh yeah, you know what?
I'm a
All right,
guest.
Okay, you go first. You're right.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yo, so let's go. So it's we're DJing 10:45 to 11:45 on the top of the state building New Year's Eve.
10:45 to 11:45.
Yeah, bro. There's another DJ that's gonna come after us.
Top of
So
the
we're opening.
Top of the
state.
Empire State.
Empire State Building.
So we're
Empire
opening. We're opening.
And so
No,
there's
there's
New
been a
Year's Eve,
DJ.
so
There's
you-
been a DJ before you. There's 3 DJs.
You're the middle.
just
set.
not
but
the
at that
close.
You're the
time, you're
middle
still
set.
opening.
You're the middle set.
At that time, you're still opening. It's not 12 o'clock yet. You're still an opener.
If that's
You
what
might be
judge.
instead of opening DJs from a 10:45 to 11:45. You're still
You're an
opening
hour
in New
set,
York.
bro. Yeah.
No. He's saying Empire State. Wait, this isn't club.
This
right?
is not.
Am I
This is
wrong?
not a
This is-
club.
this is on the
this is
New
like,
Year's-
This is like a company's doing a freaking an event at the top of
Corporate
Empire
party.
State. Corporate party.
corporate party.
10:45 to 11:45.
New Year's
Corporate
Day.
party.
New Year's Eve.
Whatever. You know what I mean.
All right. What are you doing?
Corporate party. This is of a company that
Let's say it's Macy's.
age ranges.
Is I'd say 45 to 27.
Oh shit!
I'm up
You mean
tempo.
27 to 45?
Oh, can I go
You
first?
said 45. I was like,
Can I go
God
first?
damn, they're old as fuck.
Because I know he's gonna say everything I want to say. I'm up tempo right now. Celebration type
Yeah.
shit. We
Yeah,
our
yeah.
family celebrate good time. I had a feeling.
I'm not touching anything of the last 3 years.
You're not. You have to go. You have to.
Hey,
You have
you don't
to
have
bring
to do
people
shit.
to those
You're the one
emotional.
that's doing it.
No, you
I'm
have-
doing it.
No,
He's
no,
doing
no,
it.
no,
I'm
You're
not touching
doing it.
anything from the last 3 years.
Listen. That's why you know I'm going. You have to touch those songs that bring you to that place of celebration. Good times. You coming up, you bring having a good time. You're saying like shots. You even play shots after 12 o'clock. After 12 o'clock, you're dropping those songs, playing shots, all that stuff. That's where I'm at. I'm not going anything under 120. No way. Because everybody's gonna be at that high tempo. You can be the hoodest guy at the party with Crocs on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about Croc Wallabies. You had Wallabies on with baggy ass khaki pants on. Your fist pumping.
I'm not saying that I'm not leaving 120. I would definitely leave 120. I love my 100 BPM. I'm very comfortable there.
Leading up to 12 o'clock?
I'm not saying I have an hour.
Yeah.
You know how much I can do in an hour?
A lot of
I can
shit.
do a lot in an hour.
All right, I'm thinking about heading up to
You're
12
thinking about the last 15
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah.
I'm thinking about heading up to 12
Because
o'clock.
at the same
30
time,
minutes.
10:45 playing celebration, people are gonna be like, "Damn, I just fucking walked in. Relax, bro."
You're right. I didn't.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
So
just
start
pulled
at 100. Very funky, very groovy, very familiar records of. I'm thinking.
This is how we do it?
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like maybe because.
Remember, you're in New York.
If I'm not the closing set on a New Year's Eve party, I'm not touching the last 3 years. That's for the closer. He's playing the last year's sets, the last year hits, which ultimately means the last 3 years. Right?
Respectfully.
You know what I mean? So I'm probably sitting at 2010 to 2000, like 17.
Yeah.
Everything that happened, and then obviously the key throwbacks like from way back that are, this is how, sure.
Yeah.
So I'll start at 100 and then slowly get back up, because most likely at a New York Macy's corporate party, the song that's going to set off the New Year's is probably going to be a 128 type big drop
House music,
whatever, you know what I mean? So get them there, get them ready. And it's corporate, so I'm not getting hood at all, really.
It feels good. Yeah.
Like
it
lots
feels
of
Tony.
some Be Faithful, Crooklyn Clan, like get them rocking that way, because that's a like a party song for sure, but it's not the party song.
Yeah.
Like, so if I take that away from the closer, like if you're mad at me for that, like you got a long night ahead of you. You know what I mean?
Long night ahead.
Like, I can play this and get them on my side. From there, I'm gonna take off, and then by the time it's your time, you'll be good.
Yeah. Satisfied? All right, what else do you have?
All right. My 2 scenarios. All right, real quick.
Yo, I haven't seen the master.
Yeah, it's
We're gonna let that slide.
so TikTok generation. I feel like every DJ right now
Gotta be on it.
have to be on that.
I'm not on that.
Or at least like diverse in the music or what's being played on there.
If you're
Like
not
as you say,
on
like the
that,
machine, right?
I'm doing a high school prom in like a month.
Okay, this is exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
The TikTok generation is 16, right? Even a little bit younger.
Yeah.
Crazy, right? Like let's just say 14 through 17, right? Cut off. You're at a gym, right? And this is a nicer gym, right? Like they have all the fucking confetti, they have all that shit.
Private school.
Private school. Majority white. You have obviously the African American jocks that are in there, got scholarships, financial aid over there. So like you have those sprinkled in. The football team, the soccer team, all those guys are over there. You have the lacrosse guys, and then just the regular students.
Yep.
What's the vibe?
I'm hopping in there.
And this is a gym that holds about like 250, 300.
So we got.
I'm in there like, I'm hitting them with Old Town Road. I'm even hitting them with Silento. Now watch me with. That's still heavy.
I think that's really on the edge.
That's still
That's really on the edge.
That's right now. I think in that. What did you say? You said 14. That's still there's. That's there. This is how we do it.
Correct. Yes.
So you're thinking about a whole night. You're not talking about
but
time.
Where I'm coming from is when I was in high school, I didn't want to hear "This Is How We Do It." As an adult, you want to hear it. That's a wedding song. It's not a prom song, in my opinion.
Watch Me Whip was like what, 5 years ago?
That means that there were 9.
They're gonna hear that.
That's what I'm saying.
They're gonna want
That's
that.
what I'm saying.
But if
I'd
you're
be
talking about 14 to now, that age, because I'm telling you right now, I play for my kids. No, he's not telling me. He said 14.
14?
Yeah,
14 to 18?
Yeah.
All right, then
I'm just saying that's really on the line. That's all I said. I said it's on the line.
You'll still get a reaction. You'll get a reaction.
I'll say this just because like the reason why maybe I align with that is because a lot of the TikTok dances, right, have that same motion of the whip and all that.
Now watch me,
exactly, all those stupid dances. I would only agree for that a little bit. I don't know if I would play the whole song though.
No. Obviously, like
it's not a peak hour.
After watch me. No, that's not a peak hour. He didn't list a peak hour. He just said what maybe would be in your line of your line of
in
fire.
Your playlist,
in your clip. Yeah. I'll have that in the clip. I'll have the
beatbox,
the beatbox in there. I'll have the Roddy Rich,
Tatiana,
the box.
I
have that stuff in there, stuff like that, like whatever's hot right now. And like, 'cause when I'm going into that situation, I'm researching for that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm researching for those moments.
So basically top 40?
Yeah, and I'm going to hit those as far as like kids. You got to think about it. They're in the car with their parents. So you got to know about what those songs they're playing in the car on the radio.
Yeah.
Because all those parents are listening to the radio.
So Kiss 108 music?
The demographic that's targeting the radios are people from 2 o'clock, I feel like 2 o'clock-ish to like 6, 7-ish because they're on commute. People on commute. All those people are listening to the radio because they don't have time to go on their phones and changing playlists and doing stuff like that. So you got to think about those songs that are popping on the radio too. those songs. So you got to keep that in there. But to keep a long story short, I would definitely tackle all the TikTok songs, all the stuff that are doing that, and make sure that I have those just in case. And now it's easy that you can have the Spotify on your computer, have people do the playlist. Oh, yeah, what you want to hear? Let me know. Download it right on the spot. But that's how I would tackle it. I would pay attention to what's going on the radio, pay attention to what's going on TikToks, and then just meet them in the middle.
And Menor, do you want to get in this one?
Yo, to be honest, bro, like I don't use TikTok.
Yeah.
But I know what songs are like famous in TikTok.
Well, TikTok is
So-
Instagram because people still post Instagram.
Yeah, correct.
shits.
So the thing is that if they want to be doing the dances that they do on TikTok, it's gonna be it's gonna be like a lot different because you mostly see like females doing these dances and stuff, which might hit the point that we go back to like, oh, the boys don't want to do those dances. So it's basically like, a girl comes like, can you play this song right here, please? And then when they play it, like maybe it's just like the whole girl's doing that dance, and it's like the cha-cha slide. You know what I'm saying? That cha-cha slide everybody could do it, guys and girls. And 9 times out of 10, that's definitely might be going into the cha-cha slide.
Well, you got to keep in mind the mentality of those kids. They're kind of a herd mentality where they see it and they want to do it to be cool, to fit in. So it doesn't matter whether they agree with it. They're going to want to do it because everybody else is doing it, or their word is not going to matter because the herd is doing it. So you're usually be the odd one out in the circle, not be having a memorable moment to talk about in gym class tomorrow.
Yeah, like what I would target is the songs that are hitting on TikTok, definitely.
Yeah.
A little bit of the house music that targets, like the shuffle music, whatever. That's pretty dope that I see that on TikTok, actually. The shuffle music, and then after that, then I definitely do like the whole, from like right now back to like 2015, 16 / top 40 music, which like I told, like the Tatiana and stuff like that. Like, you might even throw in maybe if it gets revived, you might throw in like You're a Jerk or something like that, something like that, or the Cat Daddy.
Old school.
But that's how I would handle that situation.
Yeah, I wanted to go last because I was doing a lot of 16 plus parties, so I know what works and what doesn't. To your point, this is how we do it is Get Low for them. Trap
Apple Bottle Jeans, you prefer that one?
Yeah, no, but Get Low Lil Jon is like, oh, my mom listened to this type shit, but we know it. Same thing. Trap Queen is their throwback, where they know every word.
Yes.
Shot still goes off.
Yes.
And so when we talk old school, like I remember one time I tried playing I Want It That Way, didn't like.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I fucked up. It was too much.
Yeah.
Maybe the teachers.
But I tried it. It was too much. The thing about TikTok that's beautiful, though, is it makes old songs
Popular
reappear. So one of those is not Teach Me How to Dougie, but My Dougie by Ill Will, I think, which was a hood record even back in the day. And that song just resurfaced, and I think dropping that, people would be like, oh shit, and not even realize what it even is. Same thing, Promiscuous Girl has resurfaced on like shit like that, where if you're in tune with the right old joints, you can make it work.
Yeah.
And then like the low hanging fruit, like the obvious like new joints that have popped off, like Megan Thee Stallion, like all that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's tough. Those 16 plus parties are some of the hardest parties I've ever done.
They're tough crowd
because their attention span is very very short.
That's the problem.
Their POC is Juice World.
Yeah. Facts.
If you play Juice World, everyone goes XX.
Yeah.
They go
listen to
crazy.
underground shit, man. I like you really have to be listening to music, because I'd be like, yo, these white prep school kids be losing Juice World. Like, what's going on here?
But it's like their Kurt Cobain, bro.
Yeah.
Like
facts,
it's like
facts.
their it's so like I would play a Juice World and the place goes fuck. Like I have to pull up like type shit. Same with X. Like they go insane.
Music research has become my life.
Yeah.
It's become
it's a lot. It's a lot
of what I do. Downloading music has become a lot of what I do. I spend a lot of money on these websites, downloading music, and not even just that, just like spending my time on just what's going on, and then knowing what the platforms are to stay up to date with those songs, like Rap Caviar, even DJ Academics is.
I hate DJ Academics.
You hate him, but he is on top of what it is. So his playlist on Spotify is to the point. It's on point.
I gotta check that out.
His playlist on Spotify is on point with what's going on.
I gotta end the segment. This is like the fourth one. I gotta end the segment. Save it for the next one. Save it for the next one.
All right, quick. We'll
No, we're an hour 45
All right,
in.
I'm out of here.
I got
The
other
whole
shit to
set,
talk about.
I gotta get the holiday. I'm out of here.
Wait for the next DJ we get.
Okay, perfect.
Keep it in the back. We'll write it down.
Hold on, but what
Thank you,
was the
Ado.
question though?
It was just gonna be my African ass family, my wedding.
I'm
Oh,
African,
yeah.
bro.
Too bad.
So we'll do next one. We'll do next one.
Next time.
We want to talk about that later.
Thank you, Ado, as always. We love you.
Thank you.
Because
Book me
we are
for your next
approaching,
event.
because we are getting close to that 2 hour of mark, which isn't necessarily when we're gonna end. I'm just, for those listening, people already are like, yo, your fucking episodes are hella long, bro, and I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah, but
if the conversations are good, why end
That's
it?
the thing. I feel like this conversation
It's popping.
could be that.
Yeah.
Because I listen to podcasts that are 3 hours long, and
I do as
listen
well.
to all day. So
Who's the longest we had? You should know, Phil.
was it Jeff?
There was one that was close to 3. Was it Blackie? Blackie's was long. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I wanted to talk about DJ Cruise.
Can we all take shots while we do that?
I mean, I have shit in my cup right now, so I can't just like load up a shot.
Just take a good gulp. Just
Oh,
a
gulp. All right.
Just gulp it.
All
Whatever's in
right.
your
Cheers, everybody. Phil, you still drink? You need a refill, Phil? Refill, Phil?
cups.
You need a refill?
Ado didn't take a shot. I saw that.
You need a refill.
I like that.
I like that.
Yo, take a read. You want to read?
Copy.
So I want to talk about DJ Cruise. So you founded JJP?
Yes. Me and DJ J Nice.
And y'all are related, correct?
Yeah, we're cousins.
Cousins.
He was like, he had to been like 11, 12. I was 11, 12, so he's 2 years younger than me. So,
God damn, what the fuck?
JJP was,
You were DJing at that time?
12 years old. I was DJing.
Oh shit.
So was I.
So, 12 years old. My name is Francisco Barbosa Jr. So Junior Jason J Nice Productions. It was just us.
Oh wow.
That's JJP. So we were just in our rooms. His brother had a bunch of CDs, so we were popping in CDs. He had a little mixture thing going on. We were mixing, and then we started doing house parties. And then my sister and his brother ended up buying us our own little setup. So from there, we just started DJing, so doing house parties, doing events like that, and people just started wanting to be a part of it. And then from there, I grew up with Storm. We was around the same, I grew up with Stamps. We was all in the same vicinity. Sticks was always doing the dances, the team parties and stuff like that, as far as like the
Like,
Boys and
in the-
Girls
in the
Clubs,
the gyms
stuff
and
like
stuff,
that, in the
yeah, yeah.
gyms. So
I wonder why they stopped doing those.
yeah,
Well, I mean, the times are different. The times are different. Yeah.
But like I said, it's up to us to keep that tradition going. But long story short, from there, we just built it, and like I was good at what I did, as much as being a producer and a DJ and do what I'm doing, and it just took off. People just wanted to be a part of it. Like we were there, have you ever heard of DJ Ronsta?
I've never heard him live.
I've
never met him or anything.
He's-
But I know he's like
one of the
filthy.
one of the giants
Yeah.
out here in the lion industry. We were there for his first. We have him on there. We have Cisco on there. Sticks, Hectic, him, Storm, DJ Cito. He's huge in the private events and stuff like that. We have a bunch of dudes that are huge out here.
Ronnie
in the
Fleet.
set, and we
So
all
so
came
what does
together.
it mean to be in JJP? Like, what does it mean?
JJP, it's like you have to have your thing. You have to have that star quality. I feel like I is what I saw in him. Like I feel like you are gonna be something. You're in your own lane. You're not worried about what's going on. You're bringing your own flair to this, and that's what I want to bring on to the dudes. We're 16 deep.
So what is the benefit of a DJ being in JJP?
DJ being a JJP is right now is the connects. We are like my phone book is huge, and at that time coming into JJP, we were doing like in the earlier days we were doing a lot of the
21s.
under 21s. That was
Heavy,
huge.
bro.
Like
Garibaldi.
yeah, like knowledge days, all that stuff.
Dynasty.
Are you related to Knowledge, or you're
I'm
just
not
cool
related.
with that?
That's not my.
That's
best
just
friend.
man's
That's
stuff.
like my brother right there.
That's man's. Okay.
Like I produced a song for him. Exactly. We were throwing the parties that were bringing him out. with shout out
Don't
to
catch me Bronx whining with your daughter.
Yo,
Bronx
shoot, we got
whining,
Bronx
bro.
whining. Shout out to Money Mike. Shout out to Grown and Sexy Entertainment.
Yo, my fat ass on the Bronx whining.
Yeah, man.
Wine Slaw on Facebook.
So we were doing that. That's why a lot of the generation, now what a lot of things keeping me relevant is that time era, being relevant in that time and doing some crazy stuff in that time. So, having that flair, having that pop, now a lot of the DJs, I feel like we right now are more of a brotherhood than a marketing thing, to where like Storm, like for instance, his laptop like fucked up the other day. He's like, he's hitting up everybody. He's hitting us. He's hitting us up. You got a gig? Oh, we got you. Don't worry about it. We have a folder that like Sticks had in the beginning that passed it down to us. Shout out to Selecta, J Nice. We're the original three. Selecta, J Nice, and me. Gave it to us, which had everything that you needed. It was like a starter kit. Everyone in JJP had that starter kit set. Well, we give it to you, and from there you build your Serato kit. So from there, like coming up to in the game in Boston, I know with Hectic, I was bridging the gap between the newer age and him. Oh, yo, who's hot? Who else should we bring on? Who should I put in here? Who should I put in that? I know he asked for my word on that a lot. So I was putting dudes in certain places at that point as well, helping dudes with, like my knowledge of music and as far as producing, DJing, mixtape wise. That shit was, it was from there. And then from there we just became a brotherhood. Like right now I feel like we're a brotherhood. Like right now, like J Nice is doing his thing right now.
Yeah, I saw you post
in Africa
about,
right now, doing
that.
a festival. Like, so where from now we're just trying to make it more of a business thing, to where we push from that end, because once like I said, like we like the kerosene's on the wood right now. Once that match is lit, it's over. But we're a brotherhood of people, of DJs, of individuals that if we ever need each other, we're there. If we ever need to be booked somewhere, we're there. If you think about the people that are really popping in the city, our name's gonna pop up. Like that, they're affiliated to us some way, somehow. You know what I'm saying? To the point where DJs that were put on were asking to be a part of the crew. You're not asking me to be part of your crew? Why not? You know what I'm saying? So like I feel like we built it to that point, to that. So like I'm happy where we are right now as far as that. But right now we're just trying to make it into something where we can, like, you know what I'm saying, make some money off of it, push the brand, push the crew. We have some younger DJs right now that we're putting on, but with the COVID shit, it kind of stopped everything. So there was no point of really broadcasting new DJs. The newest DJs we really broadcasted was Stams. But Stams has always been a student of the JJP. He's always been there. He's always, he was with Selecta a lot. Selecta, you don't really hear about him a lot. He's kind of low-key, but he's a monster.
He's nasty.
He is a monster. So it's kind of like right now, it's kind of like, you come to JJP, you know about JJP, you know the history, and being somebody that was out of JJP.
Yeah, but the thing is that with me is J Nice. He's like, yo, I'm going to talk to Fingaz, to bring you on board. And I told him, like, nah, don't do that, because I don't want to get put on this crew because, I know you. So I'd rather be genuine. So it was a couple of years ago. It was 2018, if I'm not wrong. I did an event with my pops at House of Blues. It was Alajasa and Zacaria Ferreira. And after that, it was 2,600 people, if I'm not wrong. And after that, it was on a, if I'm not wrong, it was on a Sunday. After that, everybody's like, oh, let's go to Cure Sundays. I was like, all right, cool. So there, Hectic was spinning. Rico was there, and he was there. That's the first time that I said what's up to Fingaz. The only time that I had Fingaz on my watch was because we follow each other on Instagram. So the first thing that he tells me when he comes, like, yo, bro, your videos are mad funny, because back then I used to be doing some skits. Mm-hmm. I stopped now from doing that. I retired. But I used to do those skits, and I was like, damn, like, that's amazing, the fact that you, Fingaz, because I used to buy Hectic's mixtapes in Square One Mall next to Best Buy. I used to go buy those. The hottest tracks in that store, I used to buy those CDs. They were like freaking $10, $15, $20. So just imagine that.
Yeah, me and Hectic has some mixtapes that are fucking crazy.
So I still to this day have them. I wish I brought it, but I had like 2-3 CD boxes of just like Hectic CDs, DJ Buddha, Andy Panti. Who else? I have Selecta's mixtapes, and I just have a shitload of mixtapes from that's my era when I went to go buy mixtapes. So the thing is that back then, real quick, the hottest joint, it always had a drop of that DJ, and it pissed me off. I was like, fuck, like I can't play it, or if I play it, like I won't be able to get it where I want to get it because the DJ drop is right there. So anyway,
which is the point of it.
Anyways, going back to the thing, so we met with one another, cool. Time goes on, and one time we were at Koi. I think if I'm on Koi, that's where Rico. So we were eating and stuff, and that's when I got inducted into the JJP crew. And I was like, yo, bro, that's like for me, like that was like the bar. It was like that bar because it was all the hottest DJs that were there, and that's when I started working with Cito, like heavy with Cito. Cito would give me, shout out to Cito. He would give me a bunch of gigs, bunch of weddings, bunch of things because the voice that I had to do the master of the ceremony was pure and it was genuine, and I could talk English and Spanish pretty good.
Superstar. Your confidence was crazy.
So Cito gave me bookings left and right, and then he's all like, "Yo," I told him, I was like, "Yo, bro, I need a set of reggae because I was with Cisco DJing at Salem State for like a big Latin event, and I was opening up for Cisco. I was like, yo, I need some like reggae dancehall stuff." So he gives me a folder. In that folder, bro, to this day, I have him, Selecta, all the like the intros, the drops, everything from all of them. I have them right there. And the thing is, and to this day, now I can use it because every single thing that they used to do, it said, "This is JJP." I was like, "Fuck, I can't get that because that's not me." But now since I'm part of the group of my family, now I can use it. Like now I can do "This is JJP" because I'm part of it, and now I can use all those songs that I wanted to use before now. But that's how it all started. And to this day, everything has expanded, and to this day, like people, for example, I'm gonna say quick 3 DJs that always reach out to me, like DJ Hills, Brian Armas.
I love DJ Hills.
He reaches
Brian
out.
Armas is my Chapin brother too.
Yeah, both. Yeah. So they always reached out to me and stuff like
good
that,
dudes,
and those are. I told them like, yo, bro, listen, you have something that I wish at your age I had. And that is, I'm friends with you, and I can put you into these places where at your age, I wish I could be doing the gigs that, that you're doing.
Spoiler alert.
Hills
is, he's the next JJP DJ.
Yo, and I told him it's about time.
Yeah, Hills pulled up on me and Cammy once.
It's about time.
All night. We got on the decks. We got on vinyl.
Yo, and the thing is that he reaches out. He reaches out and he's like, "Yo, listen, I want to get to know this music. What's up? What's your advice?" Like he has people that that are friends with him that can tell him. I didn't have that, bro. I just had my dad, and then he used to go to work. So I couldn't really reach out to people and ask them. Everything was just me listening to mixtapes, to freaking to Facebook, to social media to see what's the hottest song. I only went once to Under 21s in Garibaldi. Once. And a fight broke out, but that's regardless. That's besides the point. The thing was that inside, bro, it was Jay Nice and I think it was Selecta. But I know it was Jay Nice. And, he was playing a nasty reggae dancehall set, bro. Man, nasty. Like, you're talking about, girls are sweating, water bottles are flowing, girls are bent over.
Dance era.
And then, it was like you were, just humping the shit out of the girls. And I was like, damn, bro.
Yeah, that's the shit I came up on.
I am mad hot in here, and I'm not even dancing, type of stuff. So, after that, Jason, one time he came to Castillo, was like, yo, bro, let's do a night here. And I was like, yo, bro, at that time I was only 15. I was like, yo, I don't know if I'm even worthy of working with you because usually it's my dad that wants to run the nights. So I told my dad about it. He's like, all right, cool, let's see what's up. And Jason was expensive, bro. Well, Jay Nice. I was like, yo, he's like, yo, let's do 70-30 at the door. I was all like, yo, fuck. And at that point, I'm 15 years. I don't know the game, how it works. So
we're bringing that,
I'm thinking 70-30 is like, yo, there's no way that you're going to charge me $70, $30.
Quick.
So I told my dad, before I make a dumbass out of myself, 70-30, what does that mean? oh, that means that he wants 70 and he's gonna give us 30 because there's no way that he's gonna give us 70 and he's gonna take 30. So and I was like, wow, that's how I didn't know that. That's how the door machine works. Time goes on now, like everything that my dad knows that he passed on to me, everything now it makes sense. Out of all the since I was 16 working at clubs to now everything makes sense. Why do you need a reservation fee? Why do you need to get here at this time? Why? My dad doesn't do guest lists, so I never was a fan of $15 for ladies before this. Sorry, ladies, I love y'all, but I never
quality 2021.
I never understood why. But anyways, besides the point. Fast forward to now, everything made sense now, and then now that I'm part of the family crew and stuff. Jason, he reached out to me the other day because I posted that my SoundCloud, had 504,000 plays. Jason got 1 million.
Yeah.
So then he's all like, yo, you see, I always told you numbers never lie. People lie, numbers don't. And it's everything was Fingaz, Jason, Cito, and Selecta. Those are the pioneers in my book. Because that was that bar that everything wants to be like. Oh, I wish that I was here. I wish that I was, and I would get intimidated, bro. Every single time that I'm gonna DJ with Select, I was like, fuck. Like if I fuck up, he has every right to to say like, yo, what the fuck was that? So Cito, he's like, yo, bro, don't worry about it. If I always fuck up all the time, and I don't give a fuck. But it was like, yo, but the thing is like, you already have your name out there. Like you used to do do that shit entertainment. That was what Cito used to do. Yeah, you remember that? Do that shit entertainment. So, then after that he stopped doing the club scene and he just started going into the private event scene. And then it was only Fingaz, me, and Selecta and J Nice. Those are the 4 DJs. After that, forget about it. I just got a little bit of a bond with them. Where I felt confident, like, yo, if I fuck up, like, I wouldn't take what they're saying, like, as, like, oh, yo, you could be doing better, or, like, we're better than you. And that's when, after that, everything just started kicking up. And to this day, like, sometimes I'd be like, yo, you suck, to him. Like, yo, that shit was whack, bro. Like, I expected more. And, and it's a genuine thing, because one time I told Fingaz, like, yo, you need to make your own sound, bro. I hate the fact that you are not where you're supposed to be because you're so much better than everybody else. You need to make your own. Once you make your own sound, that way people can vibe to that sound, like a Fingaz sound.
Hey, listen, Tina Turner had her first hit at 50 years old.
Yo.
So let me tell you something. I'm on a good track right now.
So I told him, and, I remember that night, like, he got a little bit bothered by me. We were, like, going back and forth, screaming at each other. But it was because I see something in him that's like, yo, bro, stop doing these like mashups to these songs with the same bullshit.
I went 8 million plus on YouTube.
Yo, and tell him about the whole the whole situation with the producer that stole your track that's really famous, stuff like that.
We're talking about that.
Off mic.
Okay.
So just for the sake of time, and we did kill the Henny bottle for anyone wondering.
Shit,
we did kill the Henny bottle.
We did.
For the sake of time, we do need a.
You talk too much.
You do too.
We needed like a 3-hour podcast. You understand that, right?
I know, trust me. But the studio is closing in 10 minutes. El Menor did come 10 minutes late. I will say that
He did.
So we did lose 10 minutes.
I was in traffic.
But I want to give you each an opportunity to just talk about what you're working on right now, what to expect from you, do any shout outs, where they can follow you, do all that stuff to make sure
Fingaz, you go
we can
first.
connect.
Right now, I'm heavy in my in Kizomba. When I started off, well, Kizomba is like, Cape Verdean, African, Angolan. That Pasada, Nelson Freitas, I know that y'all would know. Deeper, all that stuff.
So bring me a flower.
Yeah, bring me a
Because
flower.
I'm a simple girl.
Because I can go deeper.
Yo, me and somebody's
Deeper.
daughter were going crazy on that, bro.
Oh, my God.
I'm looking for my read.
Well, chick. Yo, a
But-
Pasada or a Bronx wine in 2013, I was going crazy.
I've been doing this so long, and I'm a prolific kind of thinker, kind of person. I'm like, you know what? Let me go back to go forward. So I was
That's
like, you know
Matthew
what?
McConaughey
Let me go back and let me touch that. Let me touch my people. And I did that, and I'm getting a great response here and overseas. J Nice is over there right now, just talking about touching. That's where we started. He's over there throwing festivals in Cape Verde right now. Doing concerts and stuff like that. which is dope, with like the top of the top people that are viral in Cape Verde right now. So shout out to J Nice, party with J Nice. Shout out to you, brother. I see you. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm working. I already dropped in the span of less than a year. In less than 2 years, I dropped 2 mixtapes, Kizomba Part 1, Part 2, and I'm blending hip-hop, reggaeton with Kizomba beats. Kizomba is influence everywhere in reggaeton right now. Even Justin Bieber type stuff, doing songs with that beat. Reggae grabbed their drums from Africa. So long story short, I'm touching back on my people. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing that right now, but throughout the rest of the year, I'm going to get back to you guys that are used to hearing me doing the hip-hop, the reggae. I got a reggae mixtape that's already 90% done. I got a Dembo mixtape that's about 40% done. And you already know I'm dropping a bunch of, shout out to all my DJs playing my edits on the radio and the clubs and stuff like that. I gotta send you a pack. I don't know if I sent you a pack.
I got it. Thank you, bro.
So all my DJs that are playing that, you know what I'm saying? So, and I'm doing stuff like that. I got a lot of my production. I'm writing. I've always been I was an artist at heart at beginning. You know what I'm saying? So I got a bunch of stuff that I'm doing with J-Biz, Knowledge, Dynasty, C Sharp, a lot of the local artists, and any artists out there that wants to come with me. Like I'm like Puff Daddy, Timbaland, and Pharrell. I'll put in one. I'm not even being cocky. Just come holler at me. Anything, any genre you want to work. You in Boston, you want to record. Don't worry, I pay for the studio. I got the beat. I help you write the song. Don't worry about that. I'm doing all that. I'm trying to work on my album with that as well. I've been doing that slowly, taking my time with that. But from here on out, we taking over the world.
Where can they find you?
Instagram @Fingaz Live. That's @FINGAZ Live. As well as on SoundCloud, Fingaz Live. Find me on there. Email DJ FINGAZJJP@gmail.com. Holla at me, whatever you need. You know what I'm saying? Let's work. Let's
spam them with your records.
Let's work. And DJs, if you want to work on edits, you want to work on anything, please don't feel too cocky to hit me the fuck up. Like, we're here to work. We have enough talent. We have enough.
Yeah, because 9 times out of 10, you're not better than him.
I'm not even saying that. It's not even about that. It's not even about that because, a lot of my inspiration comes from people. That's why I surround myself around you. That's why I want to have conversations with Snacks. That's why I want to have conversations with Storm, with Stams. That's why I want to do that because I build my inspiration off that. I'm not just sitting at the crib, 4 walls, and that happens. But yes, let's work together. Let's do it. But yeah, we're here.
El Menor.
Wow. I am not going to talk that long. Yo, we have a reggaeton mixtape coming soon. It's like 0% done. But nah, man, what I'm working on is I'm starting it's not like a podcast. I always treat it like a radio. It's like the return of La Estación. It's been 6 months. I haven't done that because someone reached out to me to do something different. So I put a pause on that. But, it's back, and I got good reactions on that. So on SoundCloud, you guys can follow me at La Estación MA. It's every Friday from 12 to 1. It's just 1 hour of legit music. Like if you were listening to
Give me a radio voice.
Nah.
Give me a radio voice. Do it.
Yo, I only got like 5 minutes. Hold up. And then I'm starting to do brunches on Sundays. So it's called Viva La Brunch at Winners, 361 Ferry Street in Everett from 12 to 4. And this week, this Sunday, actually, we're doing like old school reggaeton style. So I'm trying to do like at least once a month, a big theme to invite all my, DJ friends. Because, it's been a long year. I haven't seen most of them. I haven't seen Fingaz
months.
3. Yeah. I haven't seen since the day that we were at Rico Suave's house.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was last year. Yeah. So there's a lot of DJs that I want to book and stuff. I know that I got Hectic the 25th for his birthday weekend, for my dad's birthday weekend because it's the same weekend. And then after that, I want to bring in, obviously you, I already told you about that. And then other people, you don't come out. I invited you. You're like, yeah, bro, I'm working, whatever. I guess you're getting like 97 to 98% done.
You didn't see Michael Jackson in the club, bro. You didn't see Michael Jackson in the club.
When I do a Bad Bunny theme, I'm a book you. I'm a book you.
And I'm going to play all Bad Bunny tracks over Daddy Yankee beats.
That'd be fucking crazy.
Yo, that would be hilarious.
Yo, Daddy Yankee versus Bad Bunny night?
Mixtape too. Oof.
Mixtape too would be crazy.
Let's do it.
Just back and forth.
Let's do it. Can we talk after this?
Yeah,
I would love to do that.
And find me on Instagram
Ooh, that'd be
at
too
DJ Menor
easy.
MA, and that's it. That's it. That and we can wrap it up. After that,
Beautiful.
we don't want people to take our ideas.
What an amazing conversation with Fingas El Menor.
I feel like we didn't touch so much.
There's
need more
a couple
time,
there's a
man.
couple topics that we didn't even get to touch that I want to touch. But I mean, we'll have you guys back. We're all about the conversations here. But I'm glad you guys pulled up over a bottle of Hennessy the way it should be. As always, follow Dope Entertainment Official on Instagram. Follow
Yes.
I Know the DJ on Instagram.
Follow, support. Come on, it's a great topic, great conversation. Let's do
For
it.
the love of God, when the clubs open up, do not say, "But I know the DJ"
Exactly.
at the door.
You know how much people say like Fingers is my cousin?
You know how many times I heard that?
That's because you're Cape Verdean. All you Cape Verdeans are cousins.
Chill,
bro.
stop doing
All
that.
the
Stop
Cape
doing
Verdeans are
that.
cousins.
Stop doing that. Stop doing that.
Me and El Menor actually might be cousins.
I
might
think
be.
so, bro. I think so.
South Americans. What are you?
No, we're
Salvadorian?
Central
no,
Americans.
we're both
What are
Honduran.
you?
We're both
Honduran?
Honduran.
Honduran?
We're both.
Honduran.
No, see,
Oh, so y'all know Punta came from Africa, right?
I mean, it's
All right,
yeah.
let's not talk about it right now.
Stop record. That's
Shots.
it.
Anyway,
Shots.
anyway,
Take the
as
shot.
always, follow your host. Give me snacks on Instagram.
Give me
cheers,
snacks.
the last cheers of the night. Please support. Please follow them, and we'll see you next week.
Bang.